Yo! Hello, hello, hello. Come in, say hi. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome in. My name's Mikey. Thanks so much for tuning into this live stream. Hello, hello, hello. My live stream might be getting changed today. I just want to let you know that I've spent all last night and all today, like basically just before stream, reason for being late, in preparing a bunch of assets ready to explain some of the dumbest rules that I found in every codex. And I think it was going to be a good stream. I think it was really good. However, I think I'm literally an hour late because I think Games Workshop just dropped a huge FAQ on the Random Wednesday like they normally do. And I imagine it fixes quite a lot of some of the problems that I was going to be talking about. So come in, say hello, say hi. Thank you very much to Dan Elliott for being a member for 10 months in a row. What a legend. What an absolute babe. Appreciate you. How you doing, buddy? How you doing?
Dan Elliott celebrates 10 months of membership.
Yeah, he does.
Tens across the board. Where's chat?
How are you doing? Chat will show up any second. You just got to keep talking. You've just got to keep talking. I'm just trying to find... There it is. Yeah. I'm trying to find something. Let me pull chat out so I can just see what's going on. What's it called? I've actually just forgot. Ground control, that was it. That was it. I forgot what the software was called. I was like, what the fuck? So come in, say hello, say hi. We've got a lot to talk about today. We've got a lot to talk about. The chat says connected. You just need to keep talking. We're going to go through the FAQs, but I'm going to explain all of the rules that I found that I wanted to talk about and give you the rough understanding of what they were before I go to the FAQ, like, to see if all of them got corrected. We're going to see if they all got corrected. I don't know. Let me just tell you my entire Discord actually on live. I collated loads of extremely broken rules. Extremely broken rules from the newest codexes, and Games Workshop told me I wasn't allowed to tell you live now. That's true, right? That's true. If they've literally already FAQ'd it just because I said I'm going to talk about the controversial rules last night, they released an FAQ today, surely there's a conspiracy. Surely, at this point, there's a conspiracy at this point. It's actually fucking stupid. It's actually getting ridiculous. Every time I want to talk about something, I get told off or get told just not allowed. Where's my chat, bro? Chat, where are you? What the fuck's going on? I hate when things log you out. Like, I'm the only person who uses this computer. Why is it logging me out of everything? Chat, where's my chat bot? Chat, where's my chat bot? Double chat widget. You're right there. What are you doing, bro? Oh, they've updated it. Of course they have. Why have they updated it? Platforms, both. Theme, yeah. Save. Daka, sorry, don't talk to grey names in this chat, mate. Apologies. You barely might... Oh, no, ignore that. We out here on a Wednesday. How's it going? Drop pods of both at the moment, no weapons. Brilliant. Fucking brilliant. Drop pod has new rules. Well, that's new. That's not something I know about. I haven't looked at the FAQs. I thought it would still be fun to go over the rules that I've brought up because I've spent probably 3 hours preparing this stream. And then we're going to look at the FAQs. How does that sound? How does that sound, chat? He wouldn't know because you do sending rules. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Have you looked in chatbot folder? What? So I have this. This is supposed to be showing chat. Look, platforms. YouTube and Twitch. Theme, default. It's supposed to be running. I can put test mode on. Can I put test mode on? Look, this is what I'm supposed to see. Fit screen. So the test is working. And then if I turn test mode off and press save. What the fuck's under my screen? What the fuck? Oh. Oh, they've broken my older chat as well. They've broken my old chat. Great. Great. My old chat is broken now. Excellent. Great. Great. No chat today. Chat, you're out. Well, I'm trying to put this one on. I don't know what this means. I can't read the rest of it. God. The AI got him. That's true. It's true. I've been gotted. It's clearly working because the fucking this bit's working. Is it true Twitch new TOS? If you multi-stream but don't pay equal attention to Twitch chat, you can get me banned? Probably. I don't know. I don't care. If I get banned on Twitch, never mind. As long as they pay me the money they owe me, I don't care. It'll just have to be one of those. All right. Chat, we're going to get straight into it because I know a lot of you want to talk about all of the new rules. The title doesn't work anymore because I think all of the things I'm going to talk about are going to get fixed. I'm going to have to do it a lot quicker, that's all. And then we're going to have to go through the FAQ afterwards. How's that sound? How does that sound? Because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different references to different weird rules that don't fucking work. WTCTs get to suffer with overwritten rules they don't use. Yeah, because list submission's already gone for them now, right? You had to find anything major with these changes. Right, I'm going to have a look at the Thousand Suns one, see if they've picked up the main one. Let's see if they've picked up the main one. They have not. They've nerfed Thousand Suns though, so we'll go over that in a little bit. Have they fixed the other one? Reach out for the sunshine. Ah, yeah, they have. Never mind. Cunts. Chat, they've ruined one of my main talking points. I'm going to change the title to Games Workshop won't let me tell you. Games Workshop won't let me tell you about these controversial rules. They literally won't let me tell you about it. And what was it? I'm dead curious. I'll go over it. Because as of 30 minutes ago, it was still a thing. But I've literally been cut off. I've literally been cut off. Why didn't it count my 40-month anniversary? Because you probably did it before I was live. So. Classic GW sabotage me. They literally sabotage me. It's actually fucking a joke. Alright, I'll go over the things I was going to talk about. And then we'll go over the FAQ, see which ones are fixed. I already know that one of the funniest ones, which was the unkillable unit, has already been fixed. So, you know me, chat. Okay, you know me. I made my name when 10th edition launched with breaking 40k. You know, with the thing that I like cut my teeth on when 10th edition came out was breaking 40k before it came out. And I will be honest, I got in a lot of trouble for these videos. You might remember them, such as I broke 10th edition before it was released, where I explained to people how terrain works, because no one knew how footprints worked, with the famous kitchen roll, video. They got 26,000 views. I broke the spacemarine codex before that came out as well. And then I talked about how the Tonic Companion was broken. And I got in loads of trouble because obviously I'd been given some preview stuff. And Games Workshop were like, why are you making it sound shit? And it was not that I was making it sound shit. It's just I was talking about things that I thought was funny. But from a marketing POV, this isn't very good. Okay. So I went through and I basically found a lot of broken rules. And then since then, I've not done so many, and it's not been because of fear or anything like that. It's just there's not been that many like crazy rules in it, like a codex. There's been like one or two that have been a little weird, but mostly like when I was doing these, it was like every other rule was crazy. And now it's like one or two rules. It's not like video worthy, but now I've got now I've collated a few from the latest codexes. Now, caveat to this, some of them might have been fixed in the FAQ that was literally released half an hour ago. But yeah, I think I gave them very valid criticism here, and they've definitely sorted themselves out. But I have a few that I thought I'd tell you about, because some of them are quite funny. And when I do tell you about them, if they haven't been fixed, this isn't, I'm not advocating for everyone to be like, go to their local club night tomorrow night or whatever, or Friday, or whenever your club night is, and be like, yo, I saw these rules on Hellstormwargaming stream and I'm going to abuse them now. The point is to laugh at them and show you just how dumb some of the rules in 40k can be. Okay. So chat, we're going to do a bit of interaction, a little interaction. Okay. Answer this, chat.
With her surgical glaive. Actually,
that is not what I clicked on. Oh, for God's sake, I can't find it. No, I can't find it. Wait. Yo, Mike, thanks for the 22 months. What a legend.
Member, Mike has celebrated.
Thank you, mate.
Months of membership, 22 months.
22 months. It does feel like that, to be fair. Chat. Everything breaks immediately for Mikey. Yeah, it's just not going well today. What is this unit, chat? What is this unit? All right, don't answer that because it's very obvious. Is an exalted sorcerer on disc. Okay. The question, the real question for £64,000 today is, what units can the exalted sorcerer on disc lead? What units can the exalted sorcerer on disc lead? That's the real question, okay? There might be a clue on screen. Thank you, Jamati, for the prime. Thank you, Jamati, for the prime. Appreciate you. Spam it in chat. What can he lead? That's right. They can lead Rubric Marines and Tzaangor Enlightened. Now tell me, chat, what can Tzaangor Enlightened be equipped with?
Mikey!
Jacob, thanks for the £5.
£5. Agents buff, celebratory hands in the air emoji, infiltrate 30 DWVT with WM. Advance and charge, boom. Watch that win rate triple to 21%.
Thank you for the 5, but I'm looking forward to seeing it. Looking forward to seeing it. Thanks for the 5. So Tzaangor Enlightened are on discs. So what units can this sorcerer lead? That's right. According to the UKTC, not Tzaangor Enlightened. This unit can exclusively lead rubric marines, which we don't need to go over, but also only Tzaangor Enlightened, and also Chris Tarrant. I hate Jeremy Clarkson. So Tzaangor Enlightened are the unit that don't get used so much because these are the Tzaangor on discs that have spears. They have close combat weapons. I can't remember what their ability is. It literally doesn't matter. But these are Tzaangor Enlightened. This can lead Rubric Marines in Tzaangor Enlightened. And now, chat, I need you to clarify and correct me because you need to correct me at this point, okay? Tzaangor Enlightened is in bold. Does that mean anything, chat? Does it refer to the name of the unit? Or does it refer to the keywords? I thought all leader abilities were tied to keywords. I think that's correct. However, you have opened a can of worms. Because obviously Tzaangor Enlightened with great bows are not called Tzaangor Enlightened. They're called the Tzaangor Enlightened with great bows. But they have the correct keyword, Tzaangor Enlightened. So one would assume, since it's pretty much evident in every single leader ability, that if they have the correct keyword, when we're talking about what the Exalted Sorcerer on disc can lead, they can lead Tzaangor Enlightened keyword, which includes Tzaangor Enlightened with great bows. Are we all on the same page? Are we all following? Are we all following? You're on the page. You all understand that because of the fact that this is called Tzaangor Enlightened with great bows, not Tzaangor Enlightened, that we have to use the keyword to work out which units can lead what. Are people really this stupid to argue this point? Right, Matty Marv? Okay. No, I'm not following. So the Exalted Sorcerer on disc can lead models with leader. Okay. And when it says it can attach to the following units, which are known as bodyguard units when they are listed here, that is how a unit becomes a bodyguard. It can lead Rubric Marines and Tzaangor Enlightened. Okay. There is but one unit called Tzaangor Enlightened, but there is another unit called Tzaangor Enlightened with great Fate Caster Bows, which is this unit, the good one, the better version of the two. Okay, so this is in bold, so it doesn't normally refer to the name of something, because if it's the name of something, it's not in bold. However, the keywords are in bold. So what we assume with the rules of 40k is, I need this song to continue because I need to make a point. Okay. What we can learn is when we are referring to keywords, they're usually in bold. So now the Tzaangor Enlightened with Fate Caster Bows can be led by a sorcerer on disc because they have the Tzaangor Enlightened keyword. I think we're all following. Right, chat, let's open a can of worms. We have the Saga of the Beast Slayer detachment. All right. We have the Saga of the Beast Slayer detachment, which comes with an enhancement called Wolf Touched. All right. And, oh, I've scrolled and it's gone too far. Now, we have to use the same logic, okay? We have to... How do you zoom in on this? Oh, you can zoom in. There is an enhancement called Wolf Touched, okay? It says Space Wolves model only, okay? Add 2 to the move characteristic of the bearer. In the declare battle formation step, the bearer can be attached to a Wolfen or Wolfen with Storm Shields unit, okay? Now, obviously, just be aware that there's an FAQ today that has ruined my video, my entire stream. That's why I had to update the title. However, look, as we can see, the Wolf Touch enhancement allows a unit to attach to Wolfen and Wolfen with Storm Shields. What do we know about the text of this and the way this is written and what we've learned with with the Tzaangor Enlightened problem is correct. Wolfen and Wolfen with Storm Shields are both in bold. When things are in bold, they refer to keywords. Obviously, keywords. It's ruined my thing because I've had to zoom in. Wait for it, chat. It's calling out units, not keywords. Talk to me about this then, Bragg. Talk to me about this. Okay, talk to me about this. Alright, so Wolfen have the Wolfen keyword, and Wolfen with Storm Shields have Wolfen with Storm Shields keyword. You know what else has the Wolfen keyword? Murderfang. And also this dreadnought as well. But let's specifically talk about Murderfang, because Murderfang has the Wolfen keyword, as you can see, right at the bottom. Epic Hero, Imperium Dreadnought, Wolfen, Murderfang. Okay. So, what we've now learned that we can attach a character to Murderfang. Now, it says some character units have leader listed on their datasheet. Such character units are known as leaders, and the units they can lead are known as bodyguard units. Join the declare, but this is not the right song. Chat, this is not the right song for this. Okay. Maybe this one? During the declared battle formation set for each leader in your army, if your army also includes one or more leader bodyguard units, you can select one of those bodyguard units that your leader will then attach to that bodyguard unit for the duration of the battle. It's said to be leading that unit. Each bodyguard unit can only have one leader. So what we've learned is leader specifies what is a bodyguard, okay? And we think that this refers to keywords because it's in bold, because it's in bold, because it's in bold, okay? While a bodyguard unit contains a leader, it is known as an attached unit, and with the exception of rules that are triggered when units are destroyed, it's treated as a single unit for all rules purposes. We know all this. This is all fine. Lee uses named unit, not keywords. You are an idiot because you just spent 20 minutes explaining this, okay? Go home, read a rule book, and come back, okay? Each time an attack successfully wounds an attached character, this is the important bit. Each time an attack successfully wounds an attached unit, that attack cannot be allocated to a character model in that unit, even if that character model has lost one or more wounds and has had already attack allocated to it this phase. So what you actually create by giving the enhancement from Saga of the Beast Slayer, okay, I'm sorry about the zoom, it's so bad because I'm having to use elite codecs because Games Workshop refuses to send me anything, and I wonder why. Because you are attaching a character with Wolf Touched and then attaching it to Murderfang is also a character, you have a unit of two characters that are also an attached unit. So when you go to allocate damage to that unit, no damage is applied because they cannot allocate to character models in that unit. You have now created the actual unkillable unit part of the game. There is an indestructible unit before the FAQ today. And I would like to clarify that everyone talking about it's referring to keyword, it's referring to unit names, not keywords. Let us look at the Codex Errata that has now changed it to Wolfen Infantry Unit. There is no unit in the game called Wolfen Infantry, so shut the fuck up and learn the game. There's no unit called Wolfen Infantry, so now this enhancement can attach to no unit according to you in chat. So before this FAQ, when they did specify the wolfing keyword, which did include Murderfang as a character, you did create the unkillable unit part of the game. Which is very fun. Which is very, very fun. Okay? On-screen chat is working for Twitch only. Excellent. Excellent. I love that. YouTube isn't working for some reason. Okay, so good morning to you, chat. I love it when people tell me I'm wrong and they are just more wrong. Don't come in my chat when I'm explaining a rule to you and I come at you with evidence telling me I'm wrong. It is the most annoying thing that any human can do. And if anyone does it again, I am banning you from chat. I can't sit here and say, look at all these cool things that I've brought to you for a fun time, and then people go, you're wrong, when I'm clearly not. However, I'm more annoyed at Games Workshop because this was going to be a great video until they nerfed it this morning and changed it to Wolfen Infantry Unit, which is not a unit, don't forget. It's not a unit. 3 people in chat who trying to tell me I'm wrong. I see you. You're a fucking idiot. All right? I wouldn't come here and spend 30 minutes explaining dumb rule with funny music if I didn't think I was right. And again, I'm not here advocating we should all be running the actual unkillable unit part of the game, but it's funny. But it's funny. Why isn't it a unit? Because every precedent of this is always anything in bold is referring to keywords. So whenever we're talking about leader, they're referring to the keyword of the unit because it's in bold. Anytime that something's in bold in 40k as part of the core rulebook is referring to a keyword. Like we've seen, this enhancement that says it can attach to Wolfen keyword or Wolfen with Storm Shield unit has now been changed to Wolfen Infantry unit because there's obviously isn't a unit called Wolfen Infantry, but the Wolfen have Wolfen and Infantry as a keyword. So they've actually just like more clarified that I'm correct about this ruling because they've had to change it themselves because there is a unit called Wolfen Infantry. It's Wolfen Infantry, you know. There's a unit called Wolfen that if it just said Wolfen that wasn't bold, it would exclusively mean this unit. Because it says Wolfen Infantry in bold, it's referring to the keywords part of the unit, you know? Like anything that's in bold is usually referring to a keyword. Wolfen doesn't sound like a real word anymore. No, it doesn't. Like here, each side Adeptus Astartes. Adeptus Astartes a keyword. Character monster, also keywords. Character monster vehicle, keywords. All in bold. Can you see? Like the precedent is very clear that like Blood Claws unit is not referring to the unit there. 3 Thunderwolf Cavalry, Wolf and all Blood Claws units. They're all bold because they're referring to the keyword part of the unit. So yeah, before the update this morning, these all worked. I don't know about the rest of them, but I just thought this one's really, really, really funny. The tragic part about this conversation is that it's made me realise that some of my complaints about the Board and Actions books being inaccurate were actually GW being correct because of keywords. Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh yeah, keywords are really crucial. Yeah, anything that's in bold is referred to a keyword of something, whether it's a special rule or a unit. Like we said, like we went over this, is that if you say it's referring to units, then the Exalted Sorcerer on disc can't lead Fate Caster bows. You know, it can't lead this unit because this is Tzaangor Enlightened with bows. It's not Tzaangor Enlightened, which is a different unit. It's this unit. Which is why I use this example first, because there's only one exception to this, and it's part of Imperial Agents as far as I'm aware. So if a leader joins that unit, does it get that keyword? Sure does. Sure does. For example, this Exalted Sorcerer on disc, okay? This Exalted Sorcerer on disc has the character keyword for a start. If you've got anything that's anti-character, this is attached to a unit, you start shooting the unit, it applies to that unit. If this model has infantry keyword, but Tzaangor Enlightened don't. They just they have the mounted keyword. This has infantry mounted as well, so you can put Exalted Sorcerers on disc in Rhinos. That's why it's there, unless that's been updated. But this unit has infantry keyword, and the Tzaangor don't. If you shoot a unit of Tzaangor Enlightened with an Exalted Sorcerer on disc and you have anti-infantry, it triggers against the Tzaangor, not exclusively against the Tzaangor, the Exalted Sorcerer. Because you have, as part of that unit, you have all the collective keywords. You are a leader, you are an infantry, you are battle line, you are whatever. It's all these keywords are all mixed together because you've become the same unit. Until the bodyguard unit dies, as we spoke about with this, until the bodyguard unit dies, you are one unit all together. You are two profiles smashed to one. Almost all units have its name as a keyword anyway. Yeah, exactly. It only comes up funny when you start seeing stuff like this, you know? Do you get character keyword? Sure do. If you've got anti-character, and you attack that unit, you will get the character buff, even though you are only attacking the unit, not technically the leader. If you've got anything that interacts with characters, unless it says character model, it says character unit, it is a character unit. Because character is a keyword that is attached to that unit. So anyway, there's your unkillable unit. The next one was Warpmeld Sacrifice. I know this one has been fixed, annoyingly, because this one is also very funny, but I need paint for it. I need paint. Okay. So, Warpmeld Sacrifice is the Tzaangor detachment. Okay. GSC is another keyword example. About 8 characters can lead Acolyte hybrids. No such unit. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So if you start saying that it doesn't detach keywords, you broke 40k before 40k broke. So Warpmeld Sacrifice has had an update, but I'll just quickly explain what this funky one is. Each time select enemy unit selected to shoot or fight, and one was each unit from your army selected to target one of those attacks. You can sacrifice. You can basically each time you are selected to fight, you can take damage to get -1 to wound. Okay. Now the fun thing is that there's no limit to this. So if you're targeted multiple times, you can become multiple minuses to wound. Where this comes in, if you got a unit that has +1 to wound against something, it's got a buff, it's got Oath of Moment and stuff like that, you can actually trigger multiple -1 to wounds. So then you can become definitely -1, because obviously plus and -1 to hit and wound are both the same. They can't be they can be stacked, but they can't stack the dice roll more than +1 or -1. So you can't be like -3 to wound on the dice roll. You can be -2, and if your opponent has +1 to wound, it'd be at your +1 to wound, so now we're going from wounding roll to +1 to wound, and then a -1 to wound, so it's back to normal, and then it could be additional -1, so it's now -1, if that makes sense. Does everyone at home understand that? That's kind of a fun one. The trick with this one is that if you have, let's say we have some Tzaangor. This is too big. Let's say we have some Tzaangor, okay, and we're going to say, like, they're incoherency, but they're like this, and they're kind of, like, spread out. Okay, let's say we've got them like this and they're incoherency, and let's just say this is more than 3 inches. Okay, no, actually, it doesn't even need to be more than 3 inches. Ignore me. These are our Tzaangor. We'll put TZ. Okay, now let's say we have another unit. Let's say, chat, think of a really horrible combat unit. Think of a really horrible combat unit with loads of attacks. It's got like 400 attacks. Let's say Primaris Crusaders. They famously have a bunch of attacks. Zerkers. Okay, I've used red for Tzaangors. I'm going to have to redraw it. I'm going to redraw it. Okay, Tzaangor. Berserkers, they're going to be in red, okay? Let's say we've got some Tzaangor. Doesn't matter what unit it is. It's just relevant that we have circles like this. These are what the base is, okay? The Berserkers charge. And you don't roll a huge charge. You make base contact here. Okay? They're on slightly smaller bases because perspective is a thing, chap. Just remember, perspective is a thing. And maybe we get like one here. And then we like maybe get one here, and then we get like one here, and we get one here. Let's say we got 5 Berserkers charging. And they didn't roll a huge charge, but they've hit. They've hit, okay? And they need to kill these Tzaangor to get mark for death, let's say. Mark for death, all right? And this is after the piling. They've charged and they've piled in, okay? No, they can pile in now. Why not? Why not? They'll pile in now. Okay, so we'll pile in. This one's already in base. This one's now in base. This one's in base here. This one's made base here. And this one's made base here. Okay, we've just got pretty good combat now. We're pretty well in combat, okay? They've got like, I don't know, 5 attacks each or something. They're probably going to kill this unit, all right? However, I'm running Warpmeld Sacrifice, all right? So the unit is charged and piled in and now been selected as a target. Now a Tzeentch Mutant unit, which again, keywords everyone, it's in bold. There is not a unit called Tzeentch Mutant, just to clarify. Each time it's selected to fight, if it does so, the Tzeentch Mutant unit suffers D3 mortal wounds, and until the end of the phase, each time attack targets that unit, subtract 1 for their wound roll. Alright? The Tzaangor is going to roll a D3 wounds, and he's going to roll a 3, which is 2 wounds. Okay? Alright? Bearing in mind, this unit is only just selected targets. They're going to take 2 wounds, and now he's going to go this Tzaangor, and this Tzaangor is dead. Okay? They are some dead-ass Tzaangor. What happens now, chat? That's right. The Khorne Berserkers don't fight anyone. Because they're no longer in combat. They selected the target, but they're no longer a viable target because they're not in range. They're no longer in range. They can't fight the rest of the other 4 because they aren't a valid target anymore. They've selected the target, but when they choose their weapon, such as chainswords, which are melee, they have to be in base contact or in base to base or within half an inch or whatever of another unit. Now, this unit with 20 attacks, you then will just not fight at all. This is normal. It's not normal because this situation doesn't happen very often. There's not many times that this happens, but one of them is an entire... Oh, I need this. One of them is an entire detachment. Or was an entire detachment, because I think they fixed this one as well. Yes, they have. Yes, they have. They've obviously fixed that one as well. I can't talk about anything! Because technically, what would happen is every time you selected Tzaangor to be fought, and also there's other ways you can do this as well. For example, let's say this is a unit of Tzaangor. There's a wall here. Oh, that's a very big wall. There's a wall here, an L-shaped building. Look at that, and you're like, pew, 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 pew. When you're shooting this way, all right, let's say there's an objective or whatever. There's a cool objective. All right, you go, pew, 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 pew. You go, I'm going to take D3 mortal wounds. I'll take 1, he's dead. Can't shoot anymore. Not a valid target. And since this doesn't have, if you can no longer target, you can fight somewhere else. What happens is technically, by its per the rules, is that this unit just wasted its shoot to kill a single Tzaangor to Warpmeld Sacrifice detachment rule and does not shoot anything. So there's some fun rules that have already been corrected. Which are all very, very funny. Maybe I was only half listening. Maybe. But it's crazy that people out there are intentionally not thinking about the intention of the rules. Yeah, the thing is with it is like I said at the start, I'm not here advocating say this is how you should all play your Tzaangor. This is how you should all play your Medafangs or whatever. But when we're talking about like top tier tournament playing, you can't really just talk about the intention because the intention could be anything, you know? But what they do have is a lot of words on paper that mean one thing, which I agree they do mean one thing, but they don't work in practice. I thought you meant you can't fight if you pull yourself out of combat. No, Deck, go have a coffee and try again. Put the fries in the bag, bro. I was referring to the Tzaangor Enlightened denying attacks by taking damage. Yeah, rules is written is versus rules intended. Yeah, like, you have to take things on the paper, literally. Because otherwise you're not playing the same game. So, they've obviously both been corrected now, which is very sad. The next fun one, which I don't know if it's been corrected, shall we find out? I'll be able to find out by looking. I don't think it has. Jack, do you see Death Guard on here? No, not quite as broken, but pretty funky either way. This one's a pretty funky one. We've got the Plague Caster. Now, the Plague Caster has a rule called Pestilent Fallout, okay? This one's not quite as funky, but this is definitely one to watch out for. In your shooting phase, after this model is shot, select one infantry unit hit by one or more of those attacks made with its Plague Wind. Till the end of the opponent's next turn, that unit is enfeebled. While the unit is enfeebled, subtract 2 from the move characteristic of models in that unit. So what you have to remember here is it says after this model has shot, okay? Now, we have a lot of that in this game, but usually that's not a leader unit, a unit that can attach something else. You can usually, if it's a unit or it's a unit that can attach to something, such as like, do I have it open? No. such as Plague Marines in the same codex, they have a rule that's like called after this model has shot, or sorry, after this unit has shot, not model, after this unit has shot, which is obviously very different to model, because if we're talking about individual model, not sleepy time yet, Mario, come on now. If we're talking about model, this is in between an attack sequence. It's when that specific model is shot, not the unit as a whole. Now, there's an enhancement called Visions of Virulence, which is while an enemy unit is enfeebled by the bearer's pestilent fallout ability, that unit is also afflicted. And obviously, afflicted is this. It's where you give out -1 toughness and you give out one of your abilities, which is either -1 to hit, -1 save, or -1 move, leadership, and OC. Okay? So now, because this unit can be attached to something, all right, with an enhancement, you can shoot the plague wind weapon, and then after that individual model is shot, let's say it's in a unit of 10 plague marines with loads of guns. Let's just say, let's just think about an imagined situation where we've got a malignant plague caster attached to 10 plague marines with plasma and blight launchers and flamers or whatever. After the individual model has shot, okay, not the unit, the model. If they have Visions of Virulence, then for the rest of the same unit, they'll be -1 toughness on one of these. Which also seems very, very silly. One of the 4 unit counters firing at the same time? Nope. Nope. A lot of the time, the unit counts as firing at the same time, but that just doesn't really interact with any other unit rule in the game. Usually because it says after a unit has shot, after a unit has been targeted, after this, after that. But this says after the model has shot. Okay? After this specific model has shot, not the unit, the model, it is enfeebled. Whilst it's enfeebled, it's afflicted. Whilst it's afflicted, you give out -1 toughness. I thought toughness was locked in on target, same as if character with a different toughness has bodyguard killed. Maybe toughness, but definitely not these. Definitely not additional AP. Let me check the toughness one. If you got a clarification for that, I'm happy to be corrected there. But the save is, it definitely isn't locked. Target. I'm not sure where the different toughness will come in, though. I'm not sure where that would come in. I'm not sure when toughness would get locked in. I was looking at like units toughness characteristic. Just says use the highest. Oh, when resolving attacks to target unit, determine that unit's toughness characteristic where it's selected as a target. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, you're right. You are right. So afflicted wouldn't change the toughness, but it would add AP. Because that is different. It doesn't say lock in the save. Because it says unit's toughness characteristic. When resolving attacks against such a unit, determine that unit's toughness characteristic where it's selected as a target, which is before the model shoots. But it says if a rule refers to a save characteristic, it refers to the most common save characteristic on the models. If 2 different saves are equally common on some unit, then unit's controller player decide which of those characteristics is considered that unit's save characteristic for the purpose of that such rule. When a rule modifies unit's save characteristic, if it modifies save characteristic of every model in that unit. So yeah, so when you select a malignant plaguecaster in a unit of 10 plague breeds to shoot, okay, I'll rescind, it doesn't change the toughness, but when they give a unit enfeebled after that specific model has shot, if they have virulence of visions of virulence, they can trigger -1 save, worsened leadership, which obviously doesn't matter, or -1 to hit. Now, obviously, the crazy one here is giving out -1 save to a unit of 10 plague breeds that choose the same unit at the same time. And then that unit becomes afflicted as well because of the plague breeds. But it also just means all your flamers essentially always have AP if the Psyker is shooting. Your melter guns are AP 5, your plasma guns are AP 4, your bolters are AP 1. But it's just something to be aware of because it's like a funny one that people don't realise because they shoot and then they go, oh, you're afflicted because of visions of virulence, where actually you're afflicted before you finish the attack, which is funny. If it's separate timing and that leader kills a model and the opponent removes the only visible model, then will the unit be able to shoot? Yes, because they've already selected the target. And they've chosen the weapons. Because essentially, you choose your unit to shoot, you choose your target, you choose the relevant weapons, then you go to roll. So, like with the Tzaangor Enlightened, it was choose unit, choose target, before choosing weapons. Kill the unit, kill the models out of combat. Now when they choose the weapons, they're out of range. But this is choose unit, choose target, choose weapons, start rolling. You are locked in. You can't be like pulled out of engagement or pulled out of line of sight or range or anything like that with this. So it's two like slightly different rules that work in a very similar way, but this one is like further along the attack sequence, so definitely works. And this one hasn't been corrected, so it's just something to be aware of. It really only affects that specific unit of Plague Marines, but essentially they'll be able to have AP1 all the time. Is a weapon and target the same thing? No, as far as I'm aware, when you select a target, then you select weapons. It's like different sequence. Yeah, select a target, and then it says select a weapon. Because you can select a target, but that sequence, you haven't chosen any ranged weapons yet. For the Tzaangor in example. So there's some fun rules that I found, that I've been kind of banking on. There's Altered Sorcerer one, which actually came up at UKTC this weekend, which I did not agree with. But then they did open the can of worms for this, which is very funny. Now that one's been corrected. The Tzaangor one hasn't, but that's just because it clearly works. And then the Warpmeld Sacrifice has also been nerfed, because there's been a lot of FAQs. There's been a lot of FAQs today, so let's have a look at the biggest ones. We'll look at the ones that we've been talking about. We'll talk about Thousand Suns first. So Warpmeld Pact has been nerfed, or changed even. It's changed to infantry or mounted. I don't know what's that changed. Wasn't it Tzaangor Mutant? No, it's Tzeentch Mutant, infantry or mounted. Zan. Warpmeld, let me look at that. Oh, it says Tzeentch Mutant. Does that mean you could do on a Mutilith? Yeah, you could have done it on Mutilith. I didn't know that. Spawns as well. Yeah, good shout. I didn't even think to use it on Mutiliths. I thought it was a Tzaangor detachment, which it clearly is now. So it says until the end of the phase, each time target that unit, subtract 1 for the rune roll. At the end of the phase, you take D2 wounds. Now that is just completely fixed everything that we spoke about targeting with Tzaangor, which I think is the way to do it. I don't understand why they decided to do it instantly. It's just like, yeah, we'll kill each other now so you can't reach. It was such an obvious one, but it's just funny. It's just very funny. So that one has been changed. That's a good change, to be honest. A nice fix for the game. It's just a shame it got changed today, not like in a week's time. Infernal Master got a bolt pistol. Cool. Chaos Rhino got firing deck 2. Chat, this opens up such a can of worms. Chat, this opens up such a can of worms. I don't know why the Rhino has firing deck. Oh, chat, why does it have firing deck? Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Chat, if you don't know, the Tzeentch Sorcerer is one of the best units in the game. And now you can just shoot it from a Rhino. The Tzeentch Chaos Sorcerer, the Sound Sorcerer, has 6 shots, sustained 3 psychic weapon. So now, rather than having to get your Sorcerer out and be dangerous, you can just pop it from a Rhino. It's a shame you won't be able to like reroll wounds, because obviously the Rhino doesn't have reroll wounds like the rubrics do, but being able to pop it from a Rhino is just very funny. Did the Tzeentch Rhino never have firing day before? I'm not sure about the index, but it doesn't in the codex. Rhino with psychic weapons get +1 to wounding coven. Yeah, you lose out on the reroll wounds, but being able to pop it for the Rhino is just funny. I was like, oh, I can shoot 2 Soul Reapers out of the Rhino, and I'm like, no, I can shoot mind bullets from the Rhino now. So it's just gonna be a little gun battery, to be honest. So I'm not sure why they've done that. I don't think they needed to. Imagine that is Space Marine too. Yeah, little mind bullets popping out the back of Rhinos. Yeah, it'd be sick. Measly Vortex Beast says it can't. This is no longer cumulative with any other modifiers to the psychic test result, which is a little annoying, but it's not like the end of the world. It just means Magnus will only be +2, not +3 to the cast. Original index had no firing deck. They added it later. Brilliant. Fucking brilliant. So yeah, but this basically denies Magnus and Ahriman getting plus to cast. That's the only change there. It's not like anything crazy. While using Rubrikai Phalanx Detachment, if I attach a character unit selected as a Risen Rubrikai enhancement, does that character also gain the Infiltrator's ability? Yes, that's really good. So Risen Rubrikai's enhancement, it's like 40 points or something stupid. It gives 2 Rubric units infiltrators. It's kind of nice that you can attach in characters to them now, so you can like infiltrate Infernal Masters and stuff. That's really quite a big one. That actually makes that detachment a lot better, because the problem was is as soon as you gave him infiltrate, the characters didn't have infiltrate, so you couldn't put them forward deploy. You had to just have basic rubrics, so it wasn't really worth it. Now you can put characters in there. That's pretty fun. You can like redeploy Ahriman to the front line and stuff like that. Okay. Good fix. Picked up everything we've spoken about, except for the Exalted Sorcerer thing, but you know, I'm just not listening to people telling me I'm wrong when I know I'm right. Space Wolves, as we know, have fixed the wolf and attaching problem, which is very cringe, because unkillable unit is very funny. Unkillable unit, very, very funny. And then each time your opponent targets a unit from your army, if that unit is within 12, increase the cost by 1. This is not cumulative with any of the rules. Increase CP cost of that stratagem. That's pretty in line with most things. I think that should be a balanced data slate thing, though. You can't increase or decrease the cost of a command point by more than 1 or something would be nice. And then the Iron Priest. Oh, no, not the Iron Priest. In your command phase, select a friendly Astartes vehicle within 3 of that model. That model regains D3 wounds, and until the start of your next command phase, select 1 ranged weapon equipped by that model to have rapid fire. Oh, I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry I ruined that one as well. Because previously, it didn't say 1 ranged weapons. It said all ranged weapons have rapid fire, which is pretty fun. Which is pretty funny until you look at an impulsor. You have essentially... Oh, a bit too far. No. Nope. You had an impulsor, for example. Here's my impulsor. As you can see, very epic. Got a little engine out the back. Got some grav plates. Does that look like an impulsor? You had an Iron Priest here. This is an Iron Priest, everyone. He's got an axe, look. But what you had was eliminators with las cannons out the back of it that all got rapid fire. Because the Impulsor can carry 7 models, so you could actually put in... you can actually put in 6 eliminators and another model, a character or something. And then when you selected them with the Iron Priest, the Impulsor got rapid fire on all its ranged weapons. And with firing deck, when you have firing deck, the Impulsor is technically equipped with all of those weapons. That's how the rules interact. So what they essentially made was a absolute devastatingly good rapid firing las cannon bus with 12 shots of las cannons. That's 2 each because it's 6 different weapons. So you can actually shoot 6 targets with 2 las cannons into each one, or shoot 12 las cannons into a single target, or whatever you wanted. It was only short range, but it was pretty funny. But now they said 1 range weapon. So if you did that, it's 1 las cannon out the back, or it's 1 storm bolter, which is pretty poo. And the storm bolters already have it, so that's pretty rubbish. It says at start of the battle, select 1 unit from your opponent's army to be the quarry. Each time unit's quarry, they select 1 enemy unit to be this unit's quarry. This ability can be used even if it's in battle with a transport. That's a nice little quality of life fix, because obviously if they're in a transport, they technically can't use any abilities on the date sheet. Zanzia, thank you for the prime. Really appreciate you. Never got to try the Desolation Bush. Yeah, Desolation Marines with this is also very funny. Very, very funny. It's like my old ability. Oh, the old ability where you could get the eliminators out of an Impulsor, shoot, and then get back in. And then they didn't fix that, because you used to be able to shoot 12 las cannons, essentially. And then they fixed that. And then, yeah, now they got rid of it again. Cringe lords. What else have we got? What else? We've got a lot of little FAQs, and I'm not really sure. There's been an update to the balance data slate. What's changed in the balance data slate? Nothing's red barring the fucking the Hellstalker, whatever it's called. Tau. They've changed the Tau word in? What have they clarified here? During your shoot phase, each observe a unit for your army that has not been selected to shoot this phase and is eligible to shoot. Select 1 enemy unit is visible to be marked as a spotted unit in the phase. Each enemy unit can be spotted. Use for your army for the greater good ability, excluding observer units on guiding units or spawn. So the guiding units can't be guided. Does it fix the Pathfinder? Essentially, I think this means that the guiding units don't benefit from it. It means Pathfinders don't get +2 to ability skill. I think that's it. Interesting. And then that is literally it. I had Tau mentioned. Yeah, what does this mean? Does this just mean that the guiding unit doesn't get guided itself? I think that's correct. Stops crew from getting stealth suit rerolls. Yeah, that's true. I don't think they ever got that in the first place, though, did they? Because you don't have the for greater good ability. Some Tau shit. I think it just stops the guided units getting guided themselves. Where do we start, chat? FAQ. Emperor's Children. Looks like they added during your shooting phase also, so not guided for Overwatch. I mean, guided for Overwatch would give you just rerolls, I suppose. Yeah. Well, it's kind of an excess attachment. If the person demonic empowerment rule, if my unit already has a weapon with sustained, which is sustained 3, does an unmodified hit roll such weapon score a critical hit? So they've slightly fixed the wording. I can't read it. Let me get. Carnival of Excess. Ah, yes. So, because this says, models in that unit have sustained 1. If a unit already has that ability, each time an attack is made, it scores on a 5+ instead. So there was an argument, I remember now, there's an argument to say, if they have sustained, don't have sustained 1, they have sustained 3, they don't get it. But I think sustained hits is, sustained hits X. I think we've had the conversation before. I feel like I'm having a bit of deja vu talking about this rule, so maybe we have. The sustained hits is the rule, and the number is just an X. Because sustained hits 3 and sustained hits 1 is the same rule. Because otherwise you could be like, well, they don't stack because they're different. But sustained hits 3 and sustained hits 1. So, that's fair enough. Field manual? Who's changing here? Space Wolves have just come out. Oh, this is the week before Space Wolves Codex, right? Week of Space Wolves Codex? Week before? That's why there's been a big update. Yeah, Codex Space Wolves. That's why there's been a big update. It's the week with the Space Wolves Codex is coming out. It was a thing for CSM index, but there were a couple of things that already had hits 1. Yeah. Companion. Is this the base sizes? Maybe. I know. If I destroy a bodyguard unit of an attached unit that meets the criteria for Call the Horde, starting strength 13 plus, but the leader unit survives, do I score the VP for destroying the bodyguard unit? If the bodyguard unit would have had a sign strength of 13 plus, if it had it not been part of attached unit, then yes, otherwise no. So you can deny Call the Horde by having a unit of 12 with a guy attached, and then only not killing the guy. Interesting. Any other changes in this, or is that it? Have they fixed the Thousand Sun Sorcerer? Because the Thousand Sun Sorcerer, they said it needs to be on a 40 mil base, but the Exalted Sorcerers are on 32. Which is obviously a little dumb, because the Sorcerer kit is the Exalted Sorcerer kit. I don't see any red, which is not filling me with confidence. Thousand Sun Sorcerer. Oh, they fixed it. They fixed the Sorcerer. Thank God. I don't think they've made that. I don't think they've not changed the color of it, but they have fixed it. Because the Exalted Sorcerers are on 32s as well. Cancel my 40 mil base converter order. Yeah, you were the one who made me think of it. Because I told you were wrong. I said it was a mistake. It is clearly copy and paste from every other sorcerer mentioned in this document. Because a sorcerer, there isn't a sorcerer kit for 1,000 Suns. When you go 1,000 Suns, just give me the codex, whatever. How was I wrong? Because I told you it was wrong. There's no sorcerer kit here. You know? There's no sorcerer kit in the 1,000 Sun section. The only sorcerer kit available is the Exalted Sorcerer Kit, which builds 3. So these are the only models you can use for sorcerers. When they actually talk about the sorcerer, they talk about this model. They talk about this model, which is an Exalted Sorcerer. So yeah, they've clarified there on 32s. What was a Lord of Contagion? Sure, that's still 50. Lord of Contagion is still on 40 mil. He's on 40 mil. What the fuck? Wait, this was on 50, wasn't it? This was on 50. This said 50. Why is Lord of Virulence on 50? This one on 40? Because of fucking Felthius. Nah, Chai's on 50. It's on 50. Ignore this. This is bollocks. This is absolutely bollocks. Because of Lord Felthius is the only way to get a Lord of Contagion. They've gone, yeah, we'll put him on 40 then instead. Forgetting every legacy player ever. Is it Terminator is on 50? Well, no, Terminator's on 40s. This kit is 26 plastic pieces, which can assemble 1 Lord Felthius, Lord of Contagion, and 3 Blight Lord Terminators. Does that mean it comes with 4 models? No, 5 models? A Lord Felthius, a Lord of Contagion, and 3 Blight Lord. How weird. What was it on Swooping Hawks? 32 mil. That's right, isn't it? Or did they put them on 28s? Oh, what a shit show. What a shit show. Necrons have had an FAQ. What? Comes with 4 models. Yeah, but they named 5. Can Crypto Throw that is used systematic vigor ability to fight on death, later fight again if it's returned before that unit is selected to fight? Yes. Nice, that's fun. GW useless? Well, yeah. I made my entire career out of saying that. Guard? Can the reinforcement strategy be used on a unit that is battle shocked? No. If the unit contains 2 models equipped with the Voxcaster, can I attempt to generate 1 CP twice? No. Can I attempt to generate 1 CP from unit containing Voxcaster when target that unit with the reinforcement stratagem? No. Just fuck off. FAQ? How about you just FAQ off? Chaos Space Marines, what they had? Touched by the warp enhancement, can't go in a core model. Okay, fine. If I use Cult of the Dark Guard rule to add Plague Marines to my Chaos Space Marines, does the Plague Marines infused with the Blessings of Nurgle have any effect? No. And this is purely to deal with WTC. Because the Plague Marines Blessings of Nurgle effect is their army, their detachment, datasheet rule, which is in your shooting phase, each time this unit is selected to shoot, after this unit is shot, select one enemy unit by one or more of those attacks. Until the start of your next turn, that enemy unit is afflicted. So WTC, in their great wisdom, decided to rule that if you took Plague Marines as part of a Chaos Space Marine army, the Plague Marines would still apply one of the afflictions, but not -1 toughness when they shoot stuff. They'd be able to shoot -1 save and -1 move and stuff like that. Which is very, very dumb. Very, very dumb. They essentially gave the Plague Marines the army rule for being in a different army. How did we see TC so bad, man? I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. I always, like, feel like I blame one person, which I do think is part of the problem. But I feel like there might be, like, a few bad apples in there that, like, vote together. They didn't do that. I have seen it, bro. I have seen it. I have it screenshotted ready. But they did do that. So that, as far as I'm aware, will be played in the WTC, unless they've reverted it since. But I have the someone sent me the screenshot, bro. But yeah, so they've clarified that doesn't work, because that's fucking stupid. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, they allowed one of the three squirm blights, or whatever they're called. But not the -1 toughness. Yeah, they said that the contagion rage doesn't work. The afflicted does work, but only the blights. The skull squirm, which is -1 to 8, rattle joint, which is -1 save, and scabbers soul rot, which is the -1 move leadership and OC. But yeah, pretty dumb. What was the other one? Eldari. City Council Unshrouded Truth target. Target 1 infantry unit, excluding race constructs. It was not selected to move this phase, was not set up on the battlefield, and is within 9 to 1 or more friendly psychic units. What does that do? Unshrouded Truth. Then remove it and teleport it. So you can't teleport twice. Okay, fine. Fine. For events, double teleport with super that makes more sense. After using the talk of Morai Heg enhancement, must my opponent continue to select a stratagem at the increased cost if they have necessary CP available? Talk of Morai Heg. God, can they just not say what it does? Once per turn, when your opponent targets the unit from the area within 12 of the bearer with the stratagem, the bearer can use this enhancement. If it does, increase the CP cost of that usage by 1. Must my opponent continue to use the selected stratagem at the increased cost? So they have to spend 2 or they just can't use it at all. Yeah, it forces the spend if you've got 2 CP. After using the talk of Morai Heg enhancement, my opponent does not have the necessary CP available for the selected stratagem. What happens? No CP are spent and that stratagem's effects are not resolved, but the stratagem still counts as being used as phase. I feel like they just went with all of the answers there. It's like no CP are spent, the stratagems are not resolved, and you count as using it. That's just unfair. I guess you can't use it because you don't have the CP, but... It feels like they answered this one, and then they were like, shit, we need to answer what happens if we don't have the command points. Like, what happens then? If an aspect warrior unit with unused aspect shrine is destroyed, do characters that are attached to that unit keep those aspect shrines? God damn it. When using the incarnate ethereal form ability, can choose for it to regain fewer loss wounds and the D3 roll generated. Why would you want to do that? Does it get better if it's got taking wounds? Is it? I presume that Ynnari is get better if you've taken damage. Fight first when wounded. Yeah, that'll do. Lol. Oh, I just closed my music by accident. Alright, Chaos Knights. Traitoris lands Imperious Advance. To the end of the phase, each time model in your unit makes a normal move, advance, fallback move, it can move through models and terrain features. When doing so, it can move within engagement range of such models unless it made a charge move. It cannot end that move in engagement range. Oh, so it can charge. To the end of the phase, each time model in your unit makes a normal advance, fallback, or charge move, which you previously had normal advance or fallback. It can move through models and terrain features. When doing so, it can move within engagement range of such models, but unless it made a charge move, cannot end that move within engagement range of them, and any desperate escape test is automatically passed. Oh, it's the stratagem. Oh, I'm getting confused because I think it's because it's the stratagem, not the generic rule. Ignore me. Yeah, it's allowing it to actually charge. That's fine. I'll give members when you read agents. All right. Fine. Index demons. Can't end a charging engagement range. Yeah, that's fair. This I can't be asked to go through because it won't be red. Tyranids. Subterranean assault. Detach a roll tunnel network. Change. The one unit from your army is wholly within 9 inches of one or more tunnel markers and not within engagement range of one or more enemy units. Ugh. God, can you not say what the rest of the rule is? Tunnel network stratagem. It says one traded unit that is hollow within 9 inches. So it just means you can't teleport if you're in engagement range. Right, okay. It allows them to charge, but would it let the end engagement range of a unit it didn't declare against? No, it's saying that you can only end within engagement range of the unit you're charging. And then Morlock doesn't work when it rises with a tunnel. Cringe. Fine. A drop pod! What's a drop pod do now? Here we go. The highlighted portions of this model are only parts of the model that are considered to make up its hull. Models can be set up or end a move on any part of this model that is not highlighted in red. If any models are in non-highlighted sections of this model when this is destroyed, place their models as close to the original position as possible on the battlefield after removing this model. So it's a piece of terrain. They finally made it a piece of terrain. Its deadly demise, deep strike, and Oath of Moment with no weapons. So Oath of Moment is it can reroll hits and get +1 to wound against nothing because it doesn't have any guns or combat attacks. Can't flip a door. It must start the battle in reserves and set up in the reinforcement stack first, second, or third movement phase. Any units about this model must be immediately disembarked if it's been set up on the battlefield. They must set up 9 away from enemy models. So you don't measure the doors essentially. Each time you disembark to this model after it's been set up on the battlefield, that unit is still eligible to declare a charge this turn. Once your unit is set up on the battlefield and all units are disembarked, until the end of the battle, this unit cannot embark within this transport. So yeah, it's pretty standard. Can it roll over? It does bark like a dog though. It can transport 12 infantry models, so 10 in a character or 2. It cannot transport Centurion, Gravis, Jump Pack, Wolf, and all Terminator models. So pretty standard. The points haven't changed as far as I'm aware, so it's just alright. I don't think you'll use them, but I like that they've finally clarified how a drop pod works. It has only been 10 years. It's only been 10 years. But they have finally clarified how drop pod works. Thank God. The nice thing as well, chat, is because they've clarified this, I believe the star of the hull, like the bit that's highlighted, is almost the same size as the old one. So you don't really need to buy a new one because the doors don't count. That's what they're finally saying. The doors don't count. After this many years, a new model release have finally clarified that the doors don't count. They're still like 80 points or something though. They're not great. It's decent, but I don't know what I'd ever want to pay 70 points a deep strike. Let me just check something. Because Ultra players probably will never, because Ventress is 95 points and he gives a unit deep strike. Any unit deep strike. Barring Centurions, I think. Even Terminators. Index cards. This is where the Chaos Demons update will be. Oh. Does the Grey Knight Stormraven's Gunship Stormstrike Missile Launcher intentionally have a different profile to Space Marine Stormraven's Stormstrike Missile Launcher? I did not know they were different. Let's find out why. Can terminate Deep Strike. I'll leave Ventress. Stormraven's range weapon is the missile launcher, right? Stormstrike Missile Launcher, one shot, 3 to hit, strength 10, -3, d6 +2. Space Marines, one shot, strength 10, -2, 3 damage. Plasma Cannon's different as well. Plasma Cannon, 722 or 833, hazardous twin linked, D3 shots, 36 inch. 722, 833. Is it? Did I just misread that? No, it's the same. 36. No, they're both the same. Oh no, yeah, actually, yeah, Grey Knight's Raven is max shots. I just missed that, yeah. Yeah, they're always 3 shots. Oh, interesting. I want an FAQ on it to make sure it's the same. We didn't make a mistake, shut up. Yeah, but a lot of that time they do that and say it's not a mistake, but it is. Until they fix it. Cool. So we don't know what changed with demons. Right? Demons have had an update, but we don't know why. World Eaters. They've had a lot of changes. Holy shit. Summoned by Slaughter Stratagem. Any phase when the last model unit is destroyed before moving from play, if that unit is a transport, any embarked units within a transport must disembark first. 1 Bloodthirster's unit from your army in reserve. Set up anywhere on the battlefield wholly within 9 inches of that destroyed model and more than 6 away horizontal from your enemy units. You can't use this strategy more than once per battle round. What's the change here? I don't know if I have the code unlocked. I do. Oh, you have to go next to the unit that died. It says basically when the unit is destroyed, teleport, deep strikes and bloodletters 9 away. Now you can go within 6 inches, but you got to be within 9 of the destroyed model. Oh, within 9 of that model and not within engagement range. Oh, I misread that completely. Yeah, so it's just deep strike next to it. Now you got to be more than 6. Ah, of course. Of course, I understand. I know how to play this game. Shows you how much I play against World Eaters because no one plays them. Corn Berserker. Wargaming ability, Icon of Corn. They're trying to just make sure it's not multiple icons. They can charge now if somebody in the charge phase couldn't before. Yeah, it's an interesting one. It's not bad, it's just 6 away. It's just stop putting auto charges and auto shenanigans, which I'm not mega mad about. Converts Hellbrute Frenzy ability trigger more than once per phase. That's fighting multiple times, I think. Yes. Can a World Eater's Hellbrute Frenzy ability allow it to fight and therefore parley when it is not within engagement range? No, unless it's in the fight phase, and it would be able to end a parley move within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units. So you can only parley it in the fight phase. It's not bad. No, it's good. It's just different. 6 away plus 1 to charge. Yeah, it's pretty good. So you can only pilot in the fight phase, can't pilot in the shooting phase. Fine. Let's help fucking this frenzy. Oh my god, it's all the frenzy! Allowed to fight the shooting phase and shoot in the fight phase. Yes, but it must have one of our eligible targets to be able to do so. In most cases, I mean, it can't shoot in the fight phase as it does not benefit from big guns never tire in the fight phase. Okay. Someone really wants to play with Hellbrutes, yeah. If a Helldeer's Hellbrute Frenzy ability is triggered, can I still set that unit to shoot or fight in the face? I thought this ability was really obvious. It feels like it's not. While using the Core Demon Kid detachment, can I select a character with a disciple of Core Enhancement to be my warlord? Lord and Juggernaut, declare the battle formation step. The bearer can be attached to Blood Crushers or Flesh Charge unit. While leading one of these units, the bearer has Deep Strike and it has a Blood Legion's faction keyword instead of the World Eater's faction keyword. And obviously, the attachment rules is you cannot. No Blood Legion's mod if you only can be your warlord. I don't understand why we need this. I'm honestly shocked that they explicitly explain why that big guns never tie would be out of phase. I know. It's actually really nice. I like the contextual answer. They should do this more. Chat, I quickly need a drink, okay? So, learn about this. BRB. Just need to grab a drink. Are they learning? Are they growing? While using Wrath and Rock Detachment, can I use a charge move for the Leonine Aggression Strategy to move a unit out of engagement range with another unit? Oh yeah, I remember that one as well. I remember that one as well. Because it just said it can make a charge move, and it said an eligible unit can make a charge move. Obviously. Subterranean Assault has just had that clarification updated, I think. The stratagem. Yeah, it's just had the stratagem updated. We've done Thousand Suns. Orks! Delete army. Remove from game. Ah, never mind. Big Mech. You can real advance rolls for this model. In addition, each time makes a no move or advance or fall back move. Models that you can move these models to terrain features. When doing so, they can move within engagement range. Such models back at the end. Oh! Shock Booster allows you to just fucking jump through walls now. Because previously it was just give reroll advance roll to this model's unit. In addition, each time the model makes it to fall back, it can just teleport through. It can move horizontal through models and terrain features. We cannot physically move on top of another model. They've just updated, they've just changed the wording. And giving you auto escape, desperate escape. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Seems Demons made the Lord of Change bracket 1 to 7 wounds now. Don't know why. And Blue Horror's got 1 better leadership. What was Lord of Change before? One to 6. They made it to 1 to 7. That's weird. Done Space Wolves. I'm not going to look at boarding actions right now because I'm just locked into 40k right now. What's changing here? I looked at this document fucking forever. Charge phase. A unit is eligible to charge if it's within 12 inches of one or more enemy units in your charge phase, unless the following applies. Great, we've learned nothing. Is that it? When using Fire Overwatch stratagem, it's a selected enemy unit the closest eligible target. Yes, if it's the closest unengaged, a visible enemy unit. Oh, so they're saying if there's units, there's abilities that are like, if you are targeting the closest eligible unit, you get +1 AP or +1 to hit or whatever. And there's something at the top. Yeah, I like to read it though, because sometimes it doesn't always make sense. So yeah, this is like, if there's like an ability that's like, if you get +1 to hit against the closest target, or like +1 to wound against the closest target, because that will actually interact. It's now saying that the closest eligible target is not the Overwatch unit. It's only if it's the closest unengaged visible enemy unit. It's basically saying that just because you can only shoot that unit with Overwatch doesn't mean it's the only eligible unit. Stealth Flamer Aggressor buff? No, it's quite the opposite. It's clarifying that it's definitely not. Yeah, that's a good example. How do you spell aggressor? Fucking hell. Yeah, so aggressors have each size model makes a range attack that targets the closest eligible target, improve the AP by 1. That's a great example. This is saying the opposite. It's exactly the opposite of what you think it is, Nick. Because it says, is the selected enemy unit the closest eligible target? Yes, if it's the closest unengaged visible enemy unit. It's saying that it's only the closest eligible target if it is the closest target. It's not saying it's always the closest eligible target. It's saying... it's essentially saying... Here we go. Get my examples out of the way. Let's get my examples in, shall we? If you've got 3 aggressors, right? I know I'm drawing it so big. You got 3 aggressors. Okay, flamers. And there's a unit here. And then you move this unit. This is the one that's moving. Okay. This is the one it's moving. When you use Overwatch, you are only shooting this unit. It should be written no. Yeah, I agree. But both technically work. If you're shooting this unit with aggressors, there's another unit in the way. Okay. But when you're overwatching, you can't shoot this unit. So the question is this the closest eligible target? Because this is the only target I'm allowed to target. And he said, yes, if it's the closest unengaged visible unit. So here, in this example, if these are overwatching, the green unit, they are not the closest target. There is still yellow. They're just not eligible to be shot. But obviously the rule says if you're shooting the closest eligible target, you're not eligible to shoot yellow. You can only shoot green because that's the one that's moving and you spent the strat. But what they've said is that it's only the closest eligible target if it's the closest unengaged visible enemy unit. So in this example, yellow is the closest unengaged visible unit, but they are shooting green. They do not get +1 AP. Professor Mikey's MS Paint coach in his session. Yeah, exactly. Maybe I should do like a how to play 40k or how to breakdown and charge £50 for it. How to play Warhammer, £50 a time. How to read a book, £50 a time. What if the closest unit is lone operative and outside of 12? Shut up. Get AI to write it, yeah. True. Charge 6.5k. Come on, know your worth. Yeah. And I posted on Instagram multiple times with different accounts and be like, yo, I love this coach. I love this course. It's so good. But green is the only eligible unit, yellow isn't. Not true. They are all eligible targets. You're just not allowed to shoot them. If that yellow unit moves, that would now be an eligible target if you spent the Overwatch strat. It's eligible, you just can't shoot them yet. It's not ineligible. It's just you're not allowed to shoot in the movement phase without a stratagem. Cavill, you're right, but the FAQ doesn't clarify it doesn't work that way. Is he right? It's an eligible target. You're just not allowed to shoot at this very moment. You know? It clearly should. No. Vehicles with base entry. Vehicles, when measuring to and from vehicles with bases, always measure to and from the closest part of the model for rules purposes, i.e. measure to and from its base or whichever is closest, with the following exceptions. When models end and move the engagement range, it is only considered base to base with that vehicle if with that vehicle or those vehicles if it's within 0 horizontally 5 inches vertically of any part of those vehicle models. When a vehicle with a base, excluding aircraft or walkers, ends and moves with the engagement range of one or more models, it can move base to base with those models while it is within 0 inch horizontally and 5 inches vertically of all those models. A vehicle can embark within friendly transport with the base of a model if it moves within 3 inches horizontally and 5 inches vertically of any part of the transport. This is a Stormraven FAQ, right? When a unit disembarks from a transport with a base, set it up that it's wholly within 3 inches and 5 inches vertically of any part of the transport not within engagement range of more enemy units. Interesting. Okay. That's just Stormraven wing Stormraven wing entry. You can tell someone's been playing Stormravens recently. Tau. Oh, the fixed patient hunter. The fixed patient hunter is a very obvious one. I thought it was pretty obvious, but I could see people trying to rule it the other way. Without this, it just said, also, while unit is guided, you would ignore all modifiers to ballistic skills. Now they've clarified that it's only during the 3rd, 4th, and 5th turn. So I've seen that one come up quite a few times. It's Monkar or Kion, whichever one it is. I don't care which, but the point is like, it said, during the 3rd, 4th round battle round, you got sustained hits. Also, while guided, you get this, and people are trying to say this entire paragraph was all game, and then only this bit was 3rd, 4th, and 5th, even though if you read it like with like any sort of understanding of English, it's quite clear that it meant during the 3rd, 4th, 5th round. Kion, thank you. Right, and then Ages of the Imperium. No one plays this army, so who cares? Now let's have a look. Let's have a look what it says. One change. While using the Imperial Allies Fleet Detachment, if I attach a character to a unit selected using the clandestine operation or combat landers enhancement, does that character also gain the ability conferred by the enhancement, i.e. infiltrators or deep strike respectively? Yes. So this is in line with Rubricae Phalanx from the Thousand Suns. Let me just double check. It's clandestine operation, right? Clandestine operation. Jacob, thanks for the 5 gifted, dude. Appreciate you, man. Choose an infantry unit, excluding Grey Knights. They gain infiltrator. So now you can select 3 units of Deathwatch veterans with Watchmasters, advance and charge turn 1. Holy shit, dude. That's horrific. That's horrific. That's so good. Thanks for the 5 gifted, Jacob. You're a legend. Another good FAQ that clarifies something very pedantic. Well, it just says infantry units, right? It says the start of the declare battle formation step. And the declare battle formation step is when you attach stuff. So you attach the unit, you give the unit infiltrate, then attach a character. Now they've clarified that it just keeps conferring during that part of the game. Because otherwise you gain infiltrates and then attach a character and then you don't have infiltrate, you know? So it's just like a timing issue, really. But they've clarified that, like, during that phase, you keep gaining infiltrator throughout the entire phase. The phase of the game, the setup phase, everyone just keeps spamming infiltrator. If infiltrator, infiltrator. If no infiltrator, infiltrator. Agents can take an obscene amount of infiltrator and deep strike. Yeah, that's very good. 30 Deathwatch veterans with Watchmasters is going to be quite funny. Because they've got lots of storm shields, which is really nice. So that unit is going to be very tanky right early on. Was it 7 for an issue? Well, if you're only infiltrating normal units, now you can put characters in there, which is great. Cheeky Watchmasters with advance and charge. What else do they do? Or is that it? Codex Imperial Agents. The advance and charge, and they can reduce cost by 1. They don't have Vex anymore. Well, that one doesn't anyway. Neither of them do. Draxus in Deep Strike. Is that any good though? Versus infantry. Yeah, Voidfarers mode. Sadly, declare battle formation state. You can select up to 3 Voidfarers units for your army. Those units gain the deep strike ability. This is going to be a very teleporty army. Real wounds on objectives with breaches. Okay, interesting. This is the only FAQ, by the way, just underneath this. This is the only FAQ where our keyword character problem doesn't come into effect. You know, we were talking about keywords and characters earlier with the Exalted Sorcerer. It says, does the Deathwatch kill team listed in the leader section of the Inquisitor and Inquisitor Draxus datasheet specifically refer to Deathwatch kill team from unit Codex Imperial Agents? Because this is... because of this... This is where the confusion comes in with the keywords for attaching characters, because this is the only instance in the game where it's not referring to keywords, because they've clarified it doesn't. So Draxus. She can lead Deathwatch kill team. Now, if you allow that to fly, as it is, as a keyword, they can actually attach to any Deathwatch unit in the Deathwatch index. But because obviously the Imperial agencies are like an ally codex as a whole, technically she could attach to anything from the Deathwatch codex index, not the Imperial Agents codex. So they clarified there that that is referring to exclusively the one in Imperial Agents, which is Deathwatch kill team, and that's because there's multiple instances of the same unit but different codexes. So three Deathwatch with Watchmaster is 9115, 915. A Rogue Trader EB, I don't know what that is 185 with enhancement. Carlos plus Vindicare could be like 1300 points. That's funny. What's RTEB? Rogue Trader early breacher. Rogue Trader eats the bird. Oh, infiltrate, of course, yeah. Road Trader Entourage plus Breacher. Right, okay. And there might also be the only instance of that. They've usually very carefully to be deliberate, given the units different names and different codices. Battle Sister Squad versus Sisters of Battle. Sisters of Battle Squad. Yeah, this is the only time it comes up. And it's the only time it's clarified that that does refer to the codex index. Codex keyword, not the keyword is in general. But really, it's still referring to the keyword, but they're just trying to say that the keywords don't allow it to be cross-codex. And I think that's everything. Quite a lot changed there, to be honest. And again, on a random Wednesday. But it is like the random Wednesday before the Space Wolves Codex comes out. Hey, Cloud. And it looks like they've updated boarding action. They've updated all of Space Marines. Blood Angels, sorry. I'm going to do a reveal stream in a few weeks. It's in like a week. It's in like a week, and I'll be live at the time, so it should be. Iron Priest not nerfed, yeah. Mega nerfed. Hey, Cloudy girl. What are you up to? Let's come up. You're just chilling. You're just chilling, little Cloud. He doesn't like the fan. He doesn't like the fan. So they just clarified Blood Angels, essentially. I suppose they've had the biggest change, really. Everything else is like, had a unit changes, but not much else. Oh, Inky's here now, is he as well? Hey, boy. Let's come up. No? They're just not. So yeah, so thanks Games Workshop for ruining my entire stream plan. But it was fun to go over the rules in it anyway, and then just like talk about what was happening in general and just like what had been fixed and hadn't. The Plaguecaster hasn't been fixed. The Sorcerer has pretty much been clarified now, so anyone say it's wrong is wrong. The Exalted Sorcerer on disc. But it's nice that they clarified the unkillable wolf and dreadnought, which is very funny. Did they miss anything but the Plaguecaster? Yeah, everything that I brought up. The only one that didn't get changed was the Plaguecaster. Warpmeld got changed. Downsun Sorcerer technically didn't get changed, but it just clarifies that that is right. The wolf and dreadnought got changed, and that's it. Thank God my Exalted is okay. Yeah. Are you back on the T-Suns grind now, Angron? You back on them? But yeah, a good update overall. What's happened to World Eaters? They've changed the Bloodletter summoning strat, but that's about it. I'm like 50 games in, dude. You weren't mega excited when they came out, that's all. You weren't mega excited about them. Honestly, I half expected night nerfs. I don't think we'll see night nerfs for a month or two. To be honest. I don't think we'll see night nerfs for a little while. Probably when the Imperial Knights Codex comes out. That's when we'll see the night nerfs. Fuck Knights. They are good. They are good. Elliot keeps whispering me sweet nothings about his Atropos, and I'm just like, no, I can't do it. And then fucking what's his face comes out, Bilbo Baggins, and I'm like, why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I do it? No, the Atropos. Yeah, the Atropos is crazy. The Atropus is a very, very strong unit. It's just so good in the meta game. Like on paper, it's a pretty good unit, but the weapons are just so strong in the meta game right now. I think that's about it. I think it's like a pretty... Again, it just feels weird. We've kind of been Pavloved into checking on a Wednesday, you know? Get your... Oh, I've always been a fan of Knights box out of storage. I'm going to be doing a Knights video soon. I'm just like finishing a couple of videos. You might notice some stuff on the shelves behind me, on the desk behind me. The night videos is happening soon. I'm just trying to work out if I'm going to add an additional Atropos to it. But that was I'm kind of glad the FAQs come out today. I would actually think I would have been more annoyed if I'd done the stream and then the FAQ came out like an hour later, but that also could have been quite funny. That also could have been a little funny. But but yeah, it's good that it's good that it's changed, because some of them are fucking just crazy, honestly crazy. I'm trying to see if there's anything else happening. I don't think there is, to be honest. Not to put a Debbie down on it. I'm just gonna search Warhammer in the last 24 hours. What's happened? Next major updates. It's only just begun. Nah, I think it's pretty done, to be honest. Also, not to call anyone out. Who is this guy? Art of War have got loads of new people. And I just I don't know who they are. Obviously they're friends with him, that's fine. But I've always seen Art of War as yeah, this guy won the ITC and kissed the newborn babies at a local hospital. I don't know who this guy is. I think there's another guy as well, I don't know. What's their claim to fame before Art of War? Or they're just taking them on. Michael Mann Quinton replacement. Is Quinton gone? Oh, I love Quinton. Yeah, honestly, probably the most watchable part of the stream. Oh, bro, it's just shorts. It's so Jova. 40k new reactor Astartes. Not seen that one before. Michael Mann, the other guy, is Mike Museni. They both won loads of events and got added, but only did vids recently. I met them both at championships, and they're both lovely. Okay, that's good. It's just I just don't recognize them. That's all. It's because, like I said, I think because Art of War is, let's say, such a star-studded cast. It's weird to see people that weren't well known to join. But that's just me. Can feudal Japan what? Can feudal Japan survive the zombie apocalypse in Total War Warhammer 3? What a wild video. Why has that got nearly 1 million views? What a wild video concept.
Fellas, when you think of feudal Japan, you're probably imagining its strict warrior culture and military dictatorships. But what you really need to consider is, could it survive the zombie apocalypse? Well, that's what we're going to figure out in today's video, because we'll be playing Warhammer Total War 3 post-zombie outbreak. In this world, 90% of the map is controlled
this
by
video's
the
popped off for him as well a little bit.
Vampire Lord starts the game with dozens of armies full of zombies. By this point, most factions have become extinct, and there's only a handful of resistance groups fighting to survive. We will be playing as the noble Japanese, isolated in the Far East. Our goal is to unify Japan, create a formidable army, and destroy the 4 main undead factions responsible for the apocalypse. Can we utilize the might of the samurai to restore order to this world, or will we...
Oh, well, put on
just
voice.
another
It's very
pawn in
YouTube
the
voice,
army
right?
of the dead? There's only one way to find
It's
out.
very
But
YouTube
before we
voice,
go
that's
any
for sure.
further, I have to tell you something. 7 months ago, I began a revolutionary initiative to save the homeless population by getting them horny. It's a long story, and you'll be surprised
Right, okay.
their mounts underground. In fact,
It's
I
what a
can use
weird
my...
concept. It's not AI, it's just a very much a well-trained YouTuber voice. Do you see that UKTC disabled comments to leave GT final stream? Yeah, I did. I've been hearing a lot about that stream. I've been getting a lot of messages about it, which is almost exclusively put me off the story, to be honest. Because when it's all of one side complaining, all of, let's say, a similar team complaining, it looks suspicious. So I'm doing a lot more research into it before I actually bring it up. So, like, people send me stories all the time, but it's when it's like all one side of the story, like a very biased side of the story. It's difficult for me to actually like cover it in good conscience. I'm putting my journalism hat on. Yeah, exactly that. God, YouTube's so cooked. It's just shorts, bro. It's just shorts and Guy. How's this video doing? Bro, the fucking difference is wild now. The difference is wild now. If you didn't know, on Monday, we were talking about Guy because he put 2 videos out. Both decent videos about the best thing. Warhammer's the best and Warhammer's the worst. There's like a social experiment. And it's fucking pop the fuck off. Bear in mind, this one that's doing worse is good for Guy, you know? 50, 80, 80. I mean, 180. 80, 40, 50, 60. This has still got 88. This is a good video. Okay, boy. He's having a good sneeze here. Again. Sorry about that, chat. Inky was sneezing loads. So I got a bit concerned, so I was meant to check on him. It was like not just like a couple of sneezes, it was like a lot in a row. It was just like at the top of the stairs, like I was gonna pick him up, that I was like, better not, but he was just like at the top of the stairs, clearly mid sneeze, he was like so I had to make sure he's alright. Get him some water and stuff. What was I saying? Can't remember. Yeah, this video's doing well for Guy. This one's obviously doing really well. And it's just like, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy now, because this one's performing better, so it's going to get promoted more. So, it's kind of funny. At first, it was interesting. Now it's like, this one's just doing better, so it's going to be promoted to more people. That's how YouTube works. How's the eye doing? Yeah, he's fine now, thankfully. It pretty much stopped swelling, like, an hour after we went to the vets. But like, we don't give him any more eye drops or anything anymore. But he does sometimes walk around a bit like, and I'm like, you open the fucking eye right now. If it's a Saturday or a Sunday, I'm like, you open your fucking eye right now, dickhead. Open up. But yeah, he's good. He's good. He's good. So, yeah, did everyone see the new Miniac video? Did everyone see the new Miniac video? He's leaving again. He's leaving again. If you didn't know, Miniac's moving out.
I'm standing in my empty shipping room in the office that I've worked out of for the last 3 years. Why is it empty, you may ask? Well, I'm moving. To where? The basement, where creatures like me belong. Ah!
Not being escorted by security this time. No, I don't think so. Yeah, this is an interesting one. So obviously it's a fun little video, like really interesting insights. But he moved into like a big office 3 years ago, where it's got like a painting setup. He's got his gaming setup, and he's got like a little kitchen area. He's got like a packing area. Which made me a bit concerned. It made me a little concerned, to be honest. Because, like, he does his podcast here as well. Like, Miniac's a larger creator than I am, and I would consider him a friendly person. I think it'd be weird for me to call him a friend. But we've chatted a few times, and he's really nice, you know, and I feel like I get on with him quite well. But also, like, I would say like I'm on a similar trajectory that he is in terms of business, right? He's like a few years ahead of me in terms of like scale, etc. And like when he moved into his studio, I was like super inspired by it, and I was like, I want that. And now he's downscaling because he doesn't want that. So now I'm like having a little bit of I don't know, not buyer's remorse, I want to say, but like concerns about where I'm headed. If Miniac's, because obviously like I can just sit here and ignore everything else that everyone else is doing. You know, I can be like, I'm doing my thing, whatever. But if Miniac has gone on a path, right? He's on a path. Okay, and then he's got to this point and gone, yeah, fuck this shit, I don't need it. What if I'm on the same path and I can learn from this, or just like cut to the chase and go, yeah, fuck it, I don't need it. It just started making me think, because I was like, Miniac Studio's so cool, I'd love to have that someday, and he's gone, the studio's kind of cringe, I'm binning it off. And he mentions the things that I do. I leave cables at the wrong place all the time, and it's super frustrating. He's got a big office with no one in it, and I don't have a big office, but I'd like one. He doesn't do bat reps. He does. He does them live. I'm trying to find a thing. He does do bat reps.
Still true, but there is a massive hurdle that a bunch of employees and grow into other parts of the market, like live streaming the games that I want to play. And some of that is...
He did a Kickstarter about it. Maniac.
You'd think a guy that paints miniatures would have some degree of fine motor control, but apparently not.
I have to say that you are taking the fact that you just got immediately dunked on really well. But Scott's just being a jerk.
First, we need to look at Skulk's Kickstat, which states that he is a 3...
Better find the Kickstarter. He definitely did a Kickstarter for it. Can you stop spreading misinformation? What are you talking about? I never seen or been suggested any backgrounds from him at all. He does them all live on Twitch.
I'm Scott the Miniature Maniac, and this is my Kickstarter.
Nah, that's not the right one. Is it on here? One created. I'm sure he did a Kickstarter. I'm like 90% sure he did a Kickstarter for it. Always talking about a Kickstarter for it. And then maybe he never did it. Oh, I'm so sure. Anyway, he plays games. He plays games clearly. It's there on Twitch.
But there is a...
I can just go to Twitch. I don't know how often it does it though. Cool. Cool. All videos from 2 or 3 years ago. When did he last stream? Wait, he's got a channel called Miniac VODs. I'm sure of it. Miniac VODs. Miniac story. Miniac's backlog. This is 9 months ago. God. I'm sure he put games up here. These developers show me our new game. Clash of Key, I don't know.
We should have a 19 or...
Bro, streaming games, bro!
Scorn, all model abilities. I have a +1 modifier. 11, 12, 13. What did you get?
12.
9
Plus 3, 9.
A 9 for... Well, how many candles? 3?
4.
4? So a 13 then.
Yeah. Okay,
Got 13.
so you defend that.
Okay.
Okay.
9 plus 4. Yep. All right. And then do you have...
I have 3 as my next one.
See?
So then I'm going to go with the next 2, 6 and 5. So I attack there.
See? Does he have another channel? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, his trajectory, is it not just a similar thing that I've done? You know? He wanted to play games, didn't work.
And some of that is...
And now he's downscaling, moving home again.
Magic for me. There's that.
This is Miniac's backlog, different guy, brilliant. But I'm saying, he's got a big studio. I wanted a big studio. This is what I was hoping to get built one day. And he's moving back home. He's moving in with his parents, his wife. He's moving back home with his parents. His family home with his wife. Is this not just telling me that I've got the wrong idea? Because he was like, I've got lofty highs, and now I've realised that I was an idiot. It's just a little scary, you know? It's a little weird. You do you, Chief. Don't be grass is greener. This isn't grass is greener. This isn't grass is greener. This is looking at doing market research to see how the trends are setting and whether I am making similar mistakes that could save me time, money, and effort in the long run. He has another video about putting fries in the bag. We're not there yet. You actually use your studio space though. His was way too big. I do use it. Yeah, that's true. I do use it, and I think Miniac doesn't anymore use it a whole bunch. What felt like delete the inappropriate. He's clearly not streaming very much anymore. Because all of these videos are highlights from 2 years ago. But he definitely was playing, and maybe it just didn't work. That's why he stopped doing it. Do you enjoy making back reps and streaming from your studio and hanging out on stream? Then it's completely different. I don't think completely different is correct. But like, yeah, like the studio, thankfully for me, is a lot less than what Miniac's spending. You know, because of the setup I have. Speaking of, this stream's sponsored by the Outpost. !Outpost in chat. Grab your discount Warhammer at a discount today and support me. If you're going to pre-order something, maybe you're going to pre-order a big heresy box soon. You can use my link with !Outpost to get 20% off your pre-order, and I get a 5% kickback. It's very good. It's like you scratch my back, I'll get you a discount via a website. It's good. So just a reminder. But yeah, I just think it's interesting, you know. It's like something I can't just like see Miniac going, yeah, I'm going to get rid of my big fancy studio that, I will be honest, he can definitely afford. Is he just doing it as a money saving exercise, or is he not using it? Which one and why? You know, which one and why? Yeah, Tyranids, how you doing, bud? I think you get your money's without the deal with the Outpost, but I don't see what your finances are, so you can only say, only you can say that with any authority. I'm not saying that it's like a waste of money, but it's like, if I was to try and expand my studio, is that a bad idea? You know? If I was like, I want to, because my idea has always been, I don't want to stream from home. I want to have like a separate space, but is that a bad idea? You know? I've always thought to myself, oh yeah, I'll get a big place eventually. One day. So it's tough. Definitely tough. Hellstorm Wargaming coming soon. Yeah. Streaming the house is fun, good old days. Yeah. Yeah, it was a good laugh. It's definitely difficult for battle reports now. But I would like to move this out as well. I'd like to have my own office, which would be really nice. But then it's like, is that just a bad idea? Because being a YouTuber is all about... I don't know what it's all about, to be honest. But yeah, it's just different. It's just weird, isn't it? Just weird. It's to see a big YouTuber get rid of their studio, make it a positive, but get rid of it. It kind of like... It's kind of like, not a gut-wrenching moment, but a bit like a, why are they doing that? I don't need to borrow a studio, chat. I'm saying if I was like trying to get... If I was like, should I not focus on aiming to make my studio bigger and more rethink about the ways I want to grow my YouTube channel, you know? Rather than being like, I'm going to get a bigger space and do this, and it's going to be bigger, and I'm going to have an office, I'm going to have a room, and I'm going to have like an editing room, and a painting room, and a streaming room, whatever. But yeah, it's just like an interesting one. That's like something that I thought that when I was like, oh, Miniac's actually downsizing rather than upscaling. It's just like a weird one, right? Don't question if you know him. Why not have a conversation with him? Because I didn't think too much about it, and I thought it'd be interesting to talk about right now because I saw it on stream. You should do a chat poll about what you should do. Okay, I will let my complete business ventures be run by a voting chat of whoever's live at the time. Whoever's in the chat live at the time. But it was just like an interesting one. It just like got like the old cogs turning of like, where am I headed and where do I want this to head, if that makes sense. Keeping work and home separate is normally a good idea. Yeah, but it's YouTube work. He downside also due to commute. That's true, I did move mine back. The commute was awful to the old one. Good idea for letting chat decide, but brace yourself for the cat. Will says, hi Will, how you doing, buddy? Would you consider covering more indie games in the studio? I think a big issue is everyone chasing big numbers over having a dedicated small audience that can equally pay off. I think the problem with that is it's always a risk, right? It's always a risk. And like when I was doing it for fun and when I was doing it like as a hobby, that is fine. Because the risk there is, oh, I didn't get many views that week, you know? Oh, I didn't get many views on that video, never mind. Whereas like in the position I am at now, which is like a more difficult one, is because I have like bills to pay and stuff. Well, I know it sounds like pedantic to say out loud, so excuse me, but I'm trying to like get my point across. When you do have bills to pay and stuff doing this thing, it's very difficult to take the hit multiple times. I've covered like different games in the past, but it's one of those where it's difficult to do it without support from the company, like usually financial, because it's like there's all this time and effort, because obviously there's a lot in it already, obviously, as you know. It's not just turning up and making a video. There's like many hours that go into these things. If you do that and then it's like, oh, I can't pay my rent this month because those videos haven't done very well, it's really difficult. Whereas building a small audience is a wonderful idea, and I don't disagree that that's not a good idea. But it's like, it's really difficult to find that audience fast enough, that small audience fast enough to have the financial support fast enough to be able to do multiple different games, you know? So it's like, the thing is with it is YouTube, I don't think it's like it's definitely not a Warhammer exclusive thing, but like YouTube, you are pigeonholed very quickly. Because like people look at me and I'm a 40k channel, and I do cover quite a lot other than 40k. I talk about quite a lot, but it's usually wrapped in a 40k shell, you know? And it's like YouTube, the audience, really, not YouTube, the YouTube audience pigeonholes you. And it's like, you are the guy I go to watch Mario Kart World. I'm on my home screen. You know what I mean? You are the guy where I go and watch Mario Kart World, okay? And it does great. It does amazing. And as soon as the guy who makes Mario Kart World content starts talking about Super Mario Bros, the new Super Mario Brothers, Donkey Kong Bonanza even, you know, suddenly the portion that is only interested in Mario Kart World doesn't care about Donkey Kong. So even though it's the same console, it's the same publisher, you know, it is different to a point where that person has been pigeonholed to be a Mario Kart content creator, a Mario Kart World content creator. Then try and do a different game is difficult to break out. If they continue, they'll probably do okay. But it's having that nest egg of being able to do it. So it's difficult. It's difficult. I think in an ideal world, I would play so many different games, and I've personally been trying to cover different stuff. You know, if you look at a lot of my videos in the past year, at the beginning of the year, I said I wanted to break out a little bit, you know? Here is when I said I wanted to break out a little bit, you know? Because if you look before, okay, Halo. But, like, everything here is, like, 40k or Age of Sigmar related, you know what I mean? Whereas here, where I said in this video, which was sponsored, don't get me wrong, I said this is the year that I want to play different games. You know? You can start to see, like, a little bit of a breakup, you know? You can start to see a little bit of a breakup of it's like not okay, this is a lot of Warhammer, but like it's not exclusively Warhammer, and you can kind of see on the views that they don't always, you know, there's some outliers, they don't always quite hit the mark, which is difficult, you know. But like we said, to make a video something less popular would either replace the 4K video or make an extra video, would be taking a hit somewhere, and that's kind of what I've been trying to do, you know. Even then, some of my 40k videos aren't doing very well. It's just like, and that's the kind of like the balance. It's like you're making videos, and like even though I'm making them about topics that are very popular with my audience, sometimes they just don't work, which is like super frustrating. But especially when you talk about games that completely aren't related to what I'm known for, it's difficult. But sometimes it doesn't matter. You know, it's like a bit of it's hard. It's hard to know. Because making these 3 videos as an example is like, these aren't going to get views. This one did. Don't know why. I think it's because Helldivers 2 got a huge update when I just released it. And you can kind of see that on this graph. You can't quite see this graph. You can see this graph here. This is views over time, you know? You can see that it had a bit of a jump for some reason. So so yeah, you can kind of see like I've tried to break out a little bit. Like this video doesn't have any Warhammer except for in the thumbnail. But it's like you can see there's like an issue, you know? Even with armies, you don't want to be the Emperor's Children guy. Yeah, I had some baggers with Emperor's Children exclusively, and I was like, I need to, like, even though there's more I could do with this, I need to move away from it because I don't want to be pigeonholed as the guy who makes Emperor's Children conversions exclusively. You know? Guerrilla Miniatures created 4 extra channels because of how YouTube promotes his content. Yeah, but it's not just YouTube, it's how the audience interacts with your content. If you subscribe to Guerrilla Minis because he does 40k codex reviews and then you get a video about Hero Quest, you're not going to watch. It's not just like YouTube's fault, it's how the audience interacts. So yeah, it's just like, also new playlist just dropped.
This is a stupid dope mix.
Nice. There you go, chat. New playlist just dropped. So yeah, it's hard. It's hard, you know what I mean? It's how the audience interacts ultimately, not because of anything that I personally want to do. If I would love, like, I would love to make videos about anything, you know? I want to make Night Rain videos. I want to make, like, indie videos. I want to make painting videos. I want to make game videos. I read in my bedroom and do studio videos. But it's just like, people don't care, you know? Can you not do a whole series focused on Emperor's Children if you want, though? Peter's recently put out a load of videos on his Nurgle Sylvaneth. Yeah, but I don't want to be just exclusively doing Emperor's Children stuff. That's what I was a bit worried of. You're the drama guy. I have inherently pigeonholed myself a little bit into being the drama guy, but I've made them exclusively streams, unless it's, like, huge, you know what I mean? Like, the Monday thing, I'll probably make into a video because that's pretty huge. But yeah, like with the Emperor's Children stuff, my focus, as soon as I did it and it started doing well, my idea was, right, I need to do this with other factions just so I don't get pigeonholed. You know? I clicked on one video and now I've got like 3 recommended like video game playlists. It sounded quite common to a bunch of Warhammer YouTubers and streamers in general. Yeah, it's just like, it's YouTube in general, you know? It's like, I would love to like stream playing my Switch and stuff like that, but it's just like, I know people aren't interested. I do that and I kill my streaming numbers for a few weeks. You don't want to be the agents guy, it's a very small pigeonhole. Yeah, there's literally like 4 people who care. And you're one of them. But no, it's just like, that's just like kind of how it is, you know what I mean? It's just the way YouTube works, the way the audience interacts with YouTube is that, like, you know, I can scroll down this, you know, and I don't know. I'm trying to look for an example. If Kay's cooking did a video that wasn't cooking, would I watch? No. Why is Kay's cooking doing a video that's not cooking? As an example. So jokes aside, I have been thinking about making a channel called Hellstormwargaming. Hellstormwargaming, where I upload gaming stuff, either VODs, playthroughs, different bits about gaming, stream stuff on Twitch, and then maybe just put like, you know, like when I talk about stuff that's like, you know, when I talk about stuff that's like AI or economics and stuff like that, I might put that on a separate channel, because I talk about it a lot on stream and people are interested. But if I put it out as a separate video, like Elon Musk is fucking moron or whatever, it would bomb, and it just like it generate an audience I'm not looking for on this channel. So I've been considering making Hellstormwargaming to be like, here's my gaming and just other shit channel, you know, and it's like you subscribe to me for stuff about me. So I tried the 3D printing one as well, and that didn't work out. There's a lot of drama around that because essentially I started up the Hellstorm 3D channel, and then I got contacted by a very large 3D printing company, a very well-known one, and they asked me to be the host on their channel. And I was like, hell yeah, dude. Here comes the money. A big company in 3D printing, I'll say one of the big five, emailed me and they were like, yeah, we want to launch our own channel and we're looking for a host. Would you be interested? And I was like, hell yeah, dude. So I put a hold on Hellstorm 3D while the paperwork went through, and then that kind of went to shit. The person I was working with left the company, and then I was like, oh shit, okay, so I've got Hellstorm 3D that I made and then quickly killed because I didn't upload anything else to it, and then lost this opportunity, which is very annoying. Before anyone, because I'm obviously talking about making a second channel, someone is going to say, what about Hellstorm 3D? That is kind of what happened there. Which is like very, very annoying. Because it just like kind of just like threw me off, threw me through the loop, and then it was like, how do I start this channel up again? I've got to start again. I've got to make a big thing about it. I don't know what that is. You know? On the bright side, being an agents guide would be an infinite percentage improvement on the number of agents guides out there. That's true. Yeah. Is it time for the big shake-up? No, but we'll know tomorrow. I'll talk about it on Friday. If it happens. We'll see. If Liam Dempsey can make other channels and make them work, I'm sure you can do it better. Thanks, Lehman Ross. Thanks, Lehman. Appreciate it. Thanks, Lehman. I wish I had the similar sort of income to Liam. I wish I was getting 300 subs a video. I wish I had 300 members a stream, and then I could do anything like that. Fuck them. I get 3D printing companies contact me all the time. I pretty much always tell them no. Yeah, it was like, you know, it was a company. I don't want to give too many spoilers or too many leaks away or whatever, but it's a company that's very highly regarded, and I'd worked with them a few times in the past. So I was not like concerned, but like I think they came to me with their idea a little earlier than they thought. You know, they came to me with their idea quite early, and the idea never came to fruition. Whereas if it had like been a bit more solid, maybe something would have like come out. It was a bit. Don't give too much away, but it rhymes with smelly goo. No, it doesn't. No, it was a. Was it a 3D printer company? It was a 3D printing company. So 3D printing in general. So yeah, I probably shouldn't say too much more, but that was essentially, if you've ever thought what happened to that channel that Mikey made. They did really well, really quickly, actually. I think my first video got like 10,000 views. I could probably bring it back, but I'm kind of thinking of the best way to do it. I don't know the best way about it. I mean, it did pretty well initially, 10,000 and 5,000, but it's been over a year since I uploaded. It was TTS prints, yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah, it just kind of fell apart because they saw these two videos and they were like, "You're the guy," and I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm the guy," and then they like left me on red. So annoying. Hey, Mikey, what's the good word, old chap? The good word is bird. There you go, mate. Oh, he's having a natter now, chap. I think we're just having a natter. There, can I view with 3D glasses just made me laugh out loud. Thanks, I'm glad. I made those myself. I 3D printed them. I think it's a good picture of me, you know? Oh, no, I didn't make those ones. I made those ones. I didn't make these ones, though. I was ready to be the guy, but they just fucking screwed me over. Bring back only hand streams, a weekly whip stream. I used to like painting on stream. The problem is like, people don't watch them. You know, I can sit and ramble to 120 of you for some reason, and I'm not sure why. But as soon as I get a paintbrush out, 30. You know? 25. Did an FAQ drop today? About 19, Eddie. I don't know about this playlist. I'm not sure about it yet. More video game bots for locking in. Let's try this one. You need Grump and Lump on against numbers skyrocket. They do skyrocket. They do skyrocket. God, everything now is just music. Stop! I've clicked on 2 videos. But yeah, it's just tough because I think every Warhammer streamer is trying to do something similar now. They're like launching secondary channels, etc., and it's not working a lot of the time. So it fills me with dread, basically. It fills me with dread. I don't know. It's tough. YouTube's tough, bro. It's the hardest job in the world, I've heard. I heard a rumor it's one of the hardest jobs in the world, to be honest, being a YouTuber. It's very difficult. All this moaning about not earning much income and not one gifted member. That's pretty embarrassing by me. Pretty embarrassing. Selecting, I don't have a gardener. You should see the fucking state of my garden. I'm going to have to hire him again. Didn't know that, but that would ruin it entirely. I can't remember what I was talking about at that point, but I agree. Hellstorm video game. I thought Hellstorm gaming was all Hellstorm gaming.
Mikey! Super chat £5. Put the fries in the back row.
I hate that I taught you that term. I hate that I taught you that term. I'm so mad that I told you what that meant. God damn it. Is that tile bait? Nope. You bring all this on yourself. I know. I'm too open. YouTube says it works better if you have 3 different channels than having all videos on one channel. Yeah, I think I've talked about that on stream before as well. It's I think I said that it was like, if you like Bryan Cranston and you went to if you like Godzilla, right, and you watch Godzilla and subscribe to Godzilla, but because Bryan Cranston in it, they uploaded Malcolm in the Middle the next day, that would be really weird. Jacob, thanks for 2. Shame you didn't send enough for me to care. But it's like, if you like Godzilla, you don't subscribe to Godzilla because you like Bryan Cranston, you like Godzilla, so you want more Godzilla content. Also, Justice, thank you for the gift of membership, dude. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the gifted. You're an absolute legend. Yeah, if you like Bryan Cranston, you don't subscribe to the Godzilla channel to see more Bryan Cranston. You just subscribe to the Godzilla channel to see Godzilla. You know, and that's why people make multiple channels. Because it's like, if Bryan Cranston is uploading the video, he should have a Malcolm in the Middle channel and a Breaking Bad channel. He wouldn't upload it to the same place. Bryan Cranston got a YouTube channel. Imagine he's got a YouTube channel, it's fucking Godzilla, Breaking Bad, and Malcolm in the Middle back to back. I don't think he's got a channel. God, this is the video about Bryan Cranston. This is the channel about Bryan Cranston 12 years ago. I watched Bryan Cranston play 40k. I mean, true. Next video, I expect to see a thumbnail of Bryan Cranston standing with Godzilla. You know what? It's a bit of a hack. He's putting random celebrities on thumbnails. I was watching Too Bushy. It's funny because he's an Elden Ring streamer and has a second channel. This is a great example, you know? So this is Bushy, who is an Elden Ring streamer, right? He plays Elden Ring mostly, okay. And then he has a second channel where he just uploads essentially unedited VODs of runs of Night Rain at the minute, you know? And he's smashing it. He's putting one video out a week on his main channel, getting 100,000 views. He's putting daily videos out on his second channel, getting 60 or 70 to 100. But at first, when he first launched his channel, it was just all just like random celebrity on the thumbnail. Gladius at level 1 in Elden Ring Night Rain full run. It doesn't mean anything, but it's got fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger in the thumbnail. Why? But it just seems to be a thing. It seems to be a hack. Put famous meme image in the thumbnail, and it seemed to work because it's slowly got better and better. Since they did this one, and it's repeated that ever since. Random circle in middle. But yeah, it seems to be a hack to get your channel going. Zanny does this too. Who's Zanny? Which is funny. He's an Elden Ring streamer. His second channel is about Elden Ring. Yeah, great example. Zanny, 3 million subscribers, just puts random... I mean, that's relevant one at least. At least these ones are kind of... Well, that one's not relevant. This one's kind of relevant. This is relevant. Every thumbnail is Henry Cavill's head on a space marine pointing at something highlighted in red circle background. Yeah, literally. But I think this is what, like... Yeah, like, just weird YouTubers do. I'm not saying this person is, but it's like what you weird Warhammer YouTubers do. You know what I mean? It's always Tobey Maguire. It's literally Tobey Maguire twice. Okay, 3. Okay, 4. Okay, 5. Okay, 6. 7. 8. Okay. It's only 8 of them, Deck. Have you thought about making videos about how Otis is reading Warhammer? Someone did watch my stream on Monday. Someone did watch my stream on Monday. Look at this now. I've clicked on 3 music videos and 5 of them are music related. Ah. Yeah, being YouTube is weird, chat. That's all I'll say. It's fun, but it is weird. I just want to play the horse game. Have you seen? I want to play this on stream. Not this one. Where is it? I want to play the horse kill game. And your chat won't care. That's the problem. Uma Musume, that was it. I put Uramami. This is what I want to play on stream, chat. Uma Musume, pretty derby. And it's just horse girls racing. This is what I'm interested in. This is what I care about. It's free to play. This is all I care about right now. I want to race the anime girls. I mean horses. Girl horses. Is there a video? Show me a race.
Training, isn't it? Together, you also strengthen your bodies and minds as you forge an inseparable bond.
The gacha game? Yeah? I dread to think what the subreddit of that game is like. Yeah, literally. Here we go, chat. We got a race. Chat, would you watch this on Hellstorm Gaming? This is the type of shit I want to play on stream. But I'm pigeonholed to play Warhammer, not horse girl racing. Yes, I would. Hell yeah, let's go! Anime girls with tails, let's go! Let's go! Woo! Woo! If I play it by myself, it's weird. If I play it on stream, it's ironic. You know, that's how it works. Born to horse race, forced to tabletop war game. Chat, I'm starting my second channel. People are watching it right now. Yeah, but I'm not playing! Will, I'm not playing! I've fed them in with a Warhammer show! Games Workshop won't let me tell you about these controversial rules like you can't post lewd photos on the subreddit of the horse girl game. What exactly is the game? You have to make the horses better. Yeah, you're horse racing. Come on, stay strong. Make it, horse girl. Oh my God. I walked away for 10 and came back to this. Holy! Holy chat! She's hurt. Ah, she lost. Cringe. She lost. Embarrassing. It's all about gambling on horses. Came last. Your trainee knows fewer skills of the competition. She could benefit from a course. All the other Warhammer YouTubers. Here's the latest meta drop of Warhammer 40k. And this is the thing you need to buy. Mikey. Right, we're gambling on the horse girl again. This is why I'm your streamer's favorite streamer, you know that, don't you? This is why I'm your streamer's favorite streamer. I'm just unpredictable. Don't mind me. Don't mind me, chap. Don't mind me. Don't worry about it. Unpredictable, like I said. Anyway, could be the new way to do your random giveaway. Mikey looked at Mecha Break. What's Mecha Break? Yo, my download's complete. I've never heard of it. Wait, maybe I have. Oh, yeah, I think I have, actually. That does look good. Right, we're playing horse girl game now, are we? I've installed it. It installed really quick. Let's just fucking get it over with. Go on, then. Let's have a look. We're just doing it now. Unironically doing it now. Let me just do this. I'm going in. Weebstorm Fairy Gaming. Ow! It's one of those where it installs the game, then you have to download it. Remember Mikey said you subbed to the Godzilla channel but got a Malcolm in the middle video. Yeah, literally. Can I play it? I have to wait like an hour. They are born to run. Uma Musume. They inherit otherworldly names and are inspirited by dreams most dramatic and wonderful. Now they run ever forward. That is their destiny. No one knows how the races that will lie in the future will end. The fucking statue of girl with tail. Even so, they continue to run, aiming only towards the goal in front of them. Woo! One day at the Tokyo racecourse. How many core skills have you become Mission Big C to draw? I haven't, because this is the first time I've opened this game. Hey, new trainer, over here! Tokyo racecourse is as lively as ever. Do be careful that you don't accidentally get separated. I regret my question. Will, I just want to let you know. Will, I want to let you know this is your fault. This led me down the path. Now then, allow me to introduce myself. I'm taking the risks now for you. I'm Tsuna Hayakawa, secretary to the director, and I'll be your tour guide today. Thank you for bringing me on board. That's what I'll say. Of course, song emoji. I'm honored to be able to meet a new trainer with the brightest future as yours. In any case, we should get on with the academy tour, but before that, a race is about to begin. Let's take a look. Can you hear the thunderous cheers from the crowd? There's no one behind her. Woo! Imagine if your current view is suddenly tripled. I mean, they have dropped a little bit, but not a great deal, chat. They've dropped a little bit. Chat, go to spam Discord. Mikey's talking about something crazy. People from all around the world adore Uma Musume Racing. Uma Musume. And with the fanfare, the curtains are raised on this stage where you and your trainee will aim to achieve your dreams. Welcome to the big city where the convenience store... Wait, which one should I choose? Who am I? Race! Hurrah finale! Let's go! Oh. It's a sunny day here at Tokyo Racecourse for the 2,400 meter turf URA finale finals. 18 runners take the field with their sights focused on the top spots. The third favourite is Tokyo Teo. Moving on to the second favourite, it's Silent Suzuka. Carrying the hopes of fans of the crowd, the favourite is Special Week. I just hope that... I missed that bit. Sorry. Let's go! Wonderful start from all the runners. Let's see who takes the lead first. Can the favourite Special Week live up to everyone's expectations? Come on! Come on, Special Week, you've got this! Far behind the leading second position is Grass Wonder. Now Silent Suzuka has taken the lead, but can she keep it? I know the lead from second position is Grass Wonder, come on! Then it's Molly Rudolph, followed by Rice Shower, Aguri Cat, a Daiwa Scarlet, and then Special Week. Come on, run, girls, run! Sticking to the inside is Nice Nature. And I don't know how to say that other name, the chat's going too fast. Head to the backstretch, Silent Suzuka is in the lead. What's in infuriating? Dabbling on one day about this? Run! Run, horse girls, run! Who's gonna win? I don't know which one's which. Narita Bride is coming up on the side. Only 1,000 meters left, chat. And then it's Miyano Top Gun, followed by Super Creek, and then Matikane Fuki Tataru. Then Gold Chip, then Haru Urara. Urara! Grass Wonder moves into lead. She's running out. She's lost her breath. Silence Suzuka is pulling ahead. And keeping out the leaders outside. Special Week. Oh my God, she's actually doing it. Special Week's in the lead. Can she do it? Only 400 meters left. She's gonna fall. She's gonna fall. Just one length. Can she keep pushing forward? She's putting on the pressure. 200 meters. Oh my God, she's just going. She's still going. Oh my God, she's so forward. Yeah! Let's go. Woo! What an excellent race. My heart is aflutter. And now, with the race over, it's time for the winning concert. Yo! Woo! This is where the fans and runners, they share support in the delight of victory. I'm guessing they don't get shot if they break a leg. Who knows, bro? Who knows? Every racer strives to stand front and center on stage, a spot reserved for the first place winner. Some of the songs sung here can only be performed after winning certain important races or achieving other grand accomplishments. Chat, YouTube's trying to take my stream down. YouTube's trying to take my stream down. Look. They're trying to say it's going down. It's a very moving experience for performers and audience alike. In addition, those that watch the concert often go on to become fans of Uma Musume, who performed. The winning concert is a key component to Uma Musume's career. Well then, let's go to the stage and see their wonderful performance. God, he's trying to stop you. Chat, you're not enjoying this. You know for a fact you'd all be playing this, but you're too embarrassed. So what? They sing! Chat, they sing! Yeah, Golden Wonder, I think it was the name. I can't remember her name now. Woo! They sing and dance! Make debut, let's go! Chat, I love Japan. Papaya, thank you for the 5 gifted! Yeah, thanks for the 5 gifted, bro. Chat, I think I'm in. I'm hooked. I have decided to corrupt your analytics and make you think this content gets more gifted. Yeah, chat, it's a bit of a bop though, isn't it? It is a little bit of a bop, let's be honest. Are you not loving it? I think I'm in. I'm in the sauce. The horse girl sauce. Nobody tell Georgie. Woo! Sprint on towards the goal, I race. The two of us will soon see a future full of shining stars. That's us. We'll see the shining stars. May I have hentai versus furries asset flip game on my Steam account? I'm not embarrassed easily. Chat, if hydrochloric acid goes into the eyeball, does it melt? Does it melt, chat? If I squirt it directly in, like... What if you're Italian and you end up in Tesco? Yeah, mincemeat. Woo! Let's go! Oh. Not the memories, they are cursed. The day after watching the race with the Tazuna. Hello again, trainer! Welcome to Japan Uma Musume Training Center Academy! That's where we are. Great job, chat. This is the finest Uma Musume training establishment in Japan. Home to countless students who dream of racing the world. I'm going to go there this year, chat. I'm going to go visit. Well met! Shocked. That's shock, everyone. Goodness, director Akikawa, you scared us. Yes, the director looks like a child, of course. Apologies, seeing such a promising new trainer gets me so excited. Why is the director so small, chat? Answer this one. Introductions. I am Akikawa, the director of this academy. I look forward to your endeavors, newcomer. Remember when he stopped playing Road Trader on stream because there's too much reading? Yeah, but I'm just translating it. It's very different. You can hear them talking. I could sit here quiet and make you read it. But first, please tell us about yourself. Trainer name. Chat asked Mikey, have you considered indie games? Mikey download. Let's go. It's not an indie game. Welcome, trainer Hellstormwargaming. From here on, you are part of the Tracing Academy. High hopes. I expect you'll give you all together with your trainees to make their dreams come true. This also has colourful anime girls in chat. It's very easy to read. The goal of our Academy students is to participate in the highly renowned Twinkle series. So aren't you, trainer, to teach, guide, and support your trainees through and through? Oh, the horse is called trainees. That's weird. I don't like the optics. That's all. I hope you'll work diligently to bring honour to the trainer badge you wear on your chest. Well then, let's set off for introduction course. Trainer Hellstormwargaming. First, let's go meet some of the Uma Musume you'll be working with. I've got Golden Wonder. Uma Musume are able to train a career playthrough known as Trainee Uma Musume. Please be aware that if you haven't added an Uma Musume to your Trainee Uma Musume roster, you won't be able to train her in a career playthrough. You can meet potential trainees by scouting them. Well then, let's try our luck in Pretty Derby Scout. 5 scout for free. We've on tutorial Pretty Derby Scout 5 times. Let's go. We got 5 free things. I don't know what any of these things are. Oh, we Goblin! Charlie Goblin! Let's go! I love Goblin! Woo! Peak Blue, Daiwa Scarlet 2-star. That's good. Good first pull. Welcome, Daiwa Scarlet. Sakura. Oh, I got 0. Blossom in learning. Vodka, Wild Top Gear. Bestest prize, Haru Urara. Well, only 1 star. Embarrassing. Red Stripe, Gold Ship, 2 stars. Let's go. Wow, you met some amazing Uma Musume, but before we go off to start training, allow me to explain support card scouting. Let's switch over to the relevant scout. You can obtain support cards from the support card scout. A support card is a card used to assist your trainees in career. By selecting a deck of support cards, you'll receive the aid of other students from Tracing Academy to help your trainee along. Alright, let's try our hand at scouting some support cards. Let's go. Let's get 10. I love Goblin! Looks like Pokemon. Yep! We got a new trading card, chat. Silent Suzuka. Tokai Teo. Aguri Cat. Why she got horse ears? Have they all got horse ears? I've just realised they've all got ears. Grass Wonder. She was pretty good. Is this a phone game they put to PC? Yeah. Majiro McQueen. Lightning McQueen. Tamamo Cross. Look at her. She's got a cool headband. Mihono Bulbin. Fuji Kisike. She got her ear pierced. That's crazy. Aoki Ryuni. Tyranids teamwork. She's not got horse girl ears. What the fuck? Is this like a trainer card in Pokemon? It's basically Pokemon, chat. It's Pokemon the trading card game on the computer. Hell yeah, dude. We scouted some Trader Uma Musume support cards. Now that we have that out of the way, let's begin your everyday life with the trainee Uma Musume. Yeah, Mikey, they're horses. No, they're girls. They're Uma Musume, actually. They're not horses. This is the entrance of Tracing Academy. We also call it the home screen. From here, you can access various places with Tracing Academy. They're all based on real horses. Jay, shut up. They're anime horse girls. They don't real anything. We can do Korea. Every day we stray further from the light of God. Are the horse girls treated like people? I'm not sure yet. First, let's make preparations for your career playthrough. Let's select a scenario. Claim victory in an exciting career scenario. Every day is a busy day at Tracing Academy. Select a career scenario and tackle the problems happening around the school. Finishing a playthrough will help your trainees grow. I don't expect, but they don't look like Pokemon to me. Yeah, they do, don't they? There's horses in Pokemon. Let's choose Uma Musume to train. This is the first. This is just practice. Please select one of your trainee Uma Musume you just scouted just now. Take on the Twinkle series. Okay. Come on, Daiwa Scarlet. Let's go. Now we're moving along in our career preparations. Let's head over to the three goddesses statue for a moment. What is this, fucking Legend of Zelda? Trainer, are you familiar with the three horse goddesses statue? No, I'm not. The three goddesses, the progenitors of all Uma Musume according to legend. They are also described as deities who watch over and guide the Uma Musume. Traditionally, the students of Tracing Academy come before the statue to pass on their ambition. Oh, it's a wishing well. The days spent running towards their dreams, the emotions of the experience on their journeys, all of this is entrusted to this statue. Future generations of runners come here to inherit this ambition, and if they are so lucky, turn it into power. And so the legacy of one runner is passed on to the next and the next. It's quite mysterious. Yes, of course. A decorated runner who passes on her ambition to train is called a veteran Uma Musume. Once a runner has completed her career, she can be registered as a veteran Uma Musume and chosen as a legacy. That's where she dies, chat. That's why you pin her up on the statue and just like back of the head, bam, surely. Go ahead and choose your legacies. Legacies can pass on sparks of inspiration. There's so many keywords, which grant your training attribute boosts and skill hints among other benefits. And don't worry, legacies can inspire new trainees as many times as you like. Select a legacy. This one. Confirm. Let's choose a second legacy. Until you're more familiar with the process, please try using auto select feature. Hell yeah. The two selected legacy Uma Musume and your trainee Uma Musume have an affinity level determined by their relationship. It said that if they share good affinity, it becomes a little more likely for something nice to happen. What's that? This might be good to remember when you're making future arrangements in the future. Now we'll choose support cards. Fucking hell, what is happening? I just want to gamble, chat! With that, you can't choose a support card depicting the same Uma Musume that you selected to train. Please keep that in mind. Can I auto-select cards? They have different stats. Okay. Friendship training. This leads... The power of friendship leads to success. Auto-select, hell yeah. I can auto-select the shit out of this. This is Tracing Academy. There she is! Daiwa Scarlet! Here, promising young Uma Musume gathered to train as racers, their hearts filled with dreams of glory found in Twinkle series. Together with their schoolmates, they'll spend their days training both body and mind. And yet, not all are content with the current state of the academy. Emergency! This cannot go on! What's the matter, director? What's the matter, tiny child? Tazuna, I, the Tracing Academy director, love my students more than anything. God. Someone's who dedicated to work. Thank God. I just noticed the cat on her head. Cute. Cute. Therefore, I cannot stand to see even a single race's potential squandered. And yet, that is exactly what is happening. Which is why... Proposal. I shall create a completely new racing event. Holy shit. Holy shit. What? A new event from scratch? A new horse racing event where they run around a track? Affirmative. Do you think God stays in heaven because they feed what they created? That cat's not dead. He's just chilling, bro. One that includes all distances, all courses, a racing event unlike any that have come before. I shall call it... the Youre Finale! Prepare yourself, we're about to get very busy. Quickly, must take a press meeting. The world must know of this. Understood. Leave it to me. Let me race, bro. And thus begins the story of a new racing event, the Youre Finale. Created to help all Uma Musume shine, this race shall be the stage upon which you and your training story unfolds. Hell yeah, dude. Let's go, chat, we're in. Time for gambling. Come on now, let me gamble. Countless Uma Musume have come to the three goddesses statue to carry out the dreams of legends past or to trust their own, those yet to come. Today, those legacies spark inspiration in yet another new runner. It's me, your boy. Oh. Oh, chat, look away. Look away. Both hands on the keyboard, please. Both hands on the keyboard. Their legacies live on. Their legacies live on. Speed went up by 5. Stamina went up by 5. Power went up by 10. Guts went up by 5. Wit went up by 5. I know the ears keep moving. It's throwing me off. Sprint aptitude went up. Long aptitude went up. 2 turns to reach a goal. Running junior make debut. Start. Let's go. Today, I start training with Dire Scarlet in earnest. Our journey to make it the #1 Uma Musume begins here. Mikey, check Parasocial. I'm very busy. I'm very busy right now. Can you not see I'm really busy? How has whole scale affected viewer numbers? Do you want to see? It's been a steady decline. It's been, I think I was about here, and then I opened the game, and then it went down, then it slowly climbed, and then gone down again. To be fair, it's relatively stable. I'll be honest, I won't lie. Each Uma Musume has different goals. That is your goal for the time being. These commands let you progress through the career. Executing a command consumes a turn. First, select training. Each one of the 2 types of training. Let's train speed. Speed up! Oh, she's in gym gear now, chat. Let's go. Energy went down by 18. Splendid. It appears the training regimen is going swimmingly. Ah, director. I came to check in on things, but call me impressed. I've seen you've been supporting your trainee with panache. Yes. Keep up the good work and watch your trainee grow stronger over time. One day, as I'm rounding a corner. Oh no, oh no, oh no, look out! Crash! Special week! Oh, it's special week. She was the one who won the race. I'm so sorry. I was in such a rush that all right, sorry. I made a promise, so I'll be... A promise? Hi! I completely forgot that I promised to race with my friend, so I'm rushing over there now. You better hurry then. Got it. Thanks. I'm sorry for crashing into you. Bye. Special week runs off again in a panic. However... Oh, out of my way. Crash. Eureka. I got an idea. This could be useful for Dire Scarlet's training. This contributed to Dire Scarlet's growth. Guts went up by 50. What? It looks like you had a conversation with one of the support Uma Musume. Every single encounter is a precious experience. Be sure to make use of them while training. Incidentally, the academy is a big place, so you'll have a chance of beating individuals who weren't included in your support card deck. Next, I'll explain energy. Take note of the failure rate, 20%. The lower your trainee's energy, the higher the failure rate. Failing the training can lead to drops in attributes and moods, so be careful. Oh, it's fucking Sims, bro. Now let's go back. When energy is low, have your trainees rest or recover. Oh, trainer, did you get some relaxation time in on your break? Stop flicking the tail, bro! I can't concentrate, the tail's going crazy, bro! I'm completely refreshed. Obviously, every model student knows how to switch gears between work and play. Just wait till you see how well I trained today. Energy recovered by 50. Chat, it's getting weird. It's getting weird. It's giving misogyny all over. It's giving the patriarchy is winning. We're finally ready to give racing a try. Let me do a race, and then I'll look at worst aid companies. Before participating in a race, be sure to always check your skills. Take this. Allow me to grant you some skill points for this special occasion. Skill points can be acquired at various times during your career playthrough. Skill points went up by 198. Thank God. That's a lot of skill points. First, select skills. Next, select a skill to learn. Use skill points you obtained earlier. Slightly decrease fatigue mid-race. Hell yeah. Get that bad boy in there. Learn. Skills are of great importance to win races. Using the skill menu does not expend a turn, so be sure to learn as many as you can. There are no dudes so far. Chat, we're the dudes. Chat, we're the dudes. I concur. Hoarding your skill points is a tragic waste of potential. Oh, literally me. Of course, you should select skills that best match your trainee's abilities and races she plans to run in. Now let's go back. You're all set. Time to enter a race. The races you're able to participate in are shown in this list. 700 fans. That could be me, chat. Chat, that could be me. There's only 100 of you. Race. It's time for Dire Scarlet's debut race. She was in the last race, surely. This is a sausage-free game. At last, I'm going to enter the Twinkle series. Yes. I can't wait. Let's go. My legs are itching to run. Go get that #1 spot, you hear? Don't you fucking let me down or it's out back for you. You don't need to remind me. I'll have the most spectacular debut there ever. Ever was. Everyone will wish they could copy me. Chat, do you wish you could copy? Jamati, you're getting too serious. I'm trying to race the horse girls. You're talking about. We're talking about horse girls. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, shit. That is crazy what he just said. Anime horse girl game is full of rampant misogyny. How unpredictable. I know. This place is called the paddock. Get in, girl. Get in the paddock. Runners appear here before the race to excite their adoring fans. And how do they go about doing that, I wonder? Attention, there are various things you confirm here at the paddock for the race. I'll leave the detailed explanations to you, Tsuna. You can count on me. In the paddock, you can check the stats of the popularity of other runners. Predictions of the runner's performance are denoted by their symbols up, up, down, down, from the lowest to highest. So it's a line, then a solid. Okay. The top right symbols represent the expert predictions, while the popularity is representative of fan opinion. The higher a runner's ability and mood, the higher her popularity and the expectations placed on her will be. Of course, the popularity doesn't guarantee a win, but the more favoured your trainee is, the more you can expect from her. You can also change a runner's strategy in the paddock. What's a strategy? It's the best selected strategy that plays to a runner's strength. Ace A. How do I know that's their strength? You're all set. Time to start the race. Chat, I'm ready to race. Come on, Daiwa Scarlet, #1 fave. She's the favorite. Look at all these losers. Junior make debut, Kyoto Turf, 2000 meters. I know that. I've been to Kyoto Turf, actually. I should have the advantage. I've been. Did you know I've been to Japan? Did you know I love Japan? It's a sunny day here at the Kyoto racecourse for the 2000 meter turf make debut. 9 runners take the field. For the third favorite, we have #7 Trumpet Ribbon, second Apple Cider, and here's the undisputed star of the show, Daiwa Scarlet. Let's go! That's my girl! That's my girl! Let's go! We're ready for the start. Come on, girl! Run those, stretch those legs. Go! And the gates are open. What a wonderful start. Look at her go. She's so magnificent. Look at her. Look at all the other scrubs. Look at that scrub. We don't care about you. We don't care about you. Look at Daiwa's. No! Daiwa, get running! Tonjos is taking the lead, but can she keep it? No, not against my girl. Far behind in second position is Apple Cider. From the inside, here comes Daiwa Scarlet! Surely all that hair would cause drag. No, the hair is helping. So we can see it from a mile away. I know the lead second position is Daiwa Scarlet. Daiwa, just keep second. Don't worry. Let the other one, Torges or whatever, fucking loser, tire herself out. They passed the second corner and entered the back stretch. Just Daiwa Scarlet. Come on, you're in second. Don't worry about it. Just keep going. Don't fall behind. Let the other ones tire themselves out. You've still got this. Think of all the training we did. Think about the rest. Think about what if I'll shoot you out back if you die. If you fail, I'm going to shoot you out back. Come on, Daiwa, you're just behind. You're not even breaking a sweat. You've got boots on. Come on, let's go. Taja triumphantly takes the lead. Who could have seen that coming? It's almost like she's checking the condition of the track as she runs. She's not putting her all into it yet. Coming up fourth corner. What are these Uma Musume going to do? Apple Cider. Daiwa go. They're saving the stamina for their end. Will this race be decided on the final stretch? Daiwa Scarlet, come on! Run! Run! Run faster! Yes! Red Ace level 2! Let's go! Look! She's pulled ahead! Look at her go! Yes! 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 We won! Chat, we won! Let's go! Let's go! That's my goal! That's my goal! Don't look at the jiggle physics. That's my goal! First place! Definitely not scripted. First place! Holy shit. Holy shit, chat. We leveled up. Congratulations on getting first place. Make sure you praise your trainee for all her hard work. I will. I will. Usually a concert is held after a race, but since you're in the middle of practice, we'll skip it. What the fuck? What the fuck? Huff, huff, huff. I didn't need to do that for you, chap. She was doing it for me. Great work out there. This is hardly enough to satisfy me. I need more if I'm going to come #1. Running junior make debut. Goal complete. Look at us. I have to bail now, so I'm so happy for you. Your new channel direction. Yeah, I don't normally stream till 2, so this is just this is just bonus. This is free, chat. Splendid. You reach your goal. Well done. Bravo. The goals that you're after will differ depending on the Uma Musume. Please help your trainees reach their goals during their careers. Congratulations on making it through a career. Don't forget to use up your remaining skill points. And this concludes the career. Although it's short this time, career is usually 3 years long. What? Please treasure the time you spent together with your trainees. Can I? No, I want to use my skill points. I want my skill points! Career complete. Career rank F. Hell yeah, dude. A trainee's completed their career will be evaluated on the set criteria and then registered as a veteran. Good luck. Try to aim to the highest rank. A trainee who has completed their career can obtain sparks. If you select her as a legacy Uma Musume, you'll be able to use her inspiration for another runner and pass on her sparks. Hell yeah, dude. Literally 100% win rate. We got a heart. What does the heart mean? Bond level. Oh, God. Oh, God. Good work today. That'll be all for the introductory course. If something is unclear, you have any concerns, click the I button. Thank God. Where's the I button? From here on, you'll be working hand in hand with the Uma Musume through training and everyday life here at the Academy. Take on the Twinkle series and make sure your trainees' dreams come true. I'm very much looking forward to what you'll achieve together. Let's go, chat. I'm addicted. Starting. Chat, I'm so in. Chat, I'm so fucked. I've fucked it. I've put this on as a joke. I'm quite in now. Oh, that was Scarlet hanging out with the gals, you know? Who the fuck's that? Chat, hands on keyboards. Why is the music so good? I've got to go out in a bit. I'm playing this. Look at them go in their little outfits. Chat, I'm in. Enhance. Here you can manage your veteran Uma Musume, for fuck's sake. Strengthen your trainee Uma Musume support will help you gain better results in your career playthroughs. Materials used for strengthening are mainly acquired by racing. Okay. Event underway. Be sure to enter your veteran Uma Musume in many races. I think that's kind of the point, right? You get money and support points from daily races, among other things. You can only run in these races a set number of times per day, so make sure you enter every day. I don't want to talk about team trials. I want to end now. Why is the music so fucking good? Alright, trainer. Let's try and make a team with some veteran Uma Musume who've finished their careers. I don't have any yet. The trick is to form teams based on the attitudes of your racers. Also note that as you go, adding more high school veteran Uma Musume to your team will raise the team rank. Do you think this started as a horse game? They were like, you know what would make it sell better? Girl horses. You know? Do you think it started out as a normal horse racing game? Did I do it? I just pressed some buttons. I'm just trying to do the tutorial. Chat, what out? New trainee! Unique skill. Goo! Mahoney Mormon? 3 stars? What the fuck? New support cards? Twin Turbo and Daitaku Helios? I think the way around, it's just a game with lots of girls. They're like, how the fuck do we bring this together? Release celebration login bonus. Hell yeah, chat. Every day stream. Every day stream. We've got to get those login bonus. Unique skill goon. Yeah, a little bit. Head start login bonus. 150 carats. Hell yeah, dude. Next, 150. Start the races login bonus. 300 carats. Hell yeah. This is today's login bonus. Sorry. This is today's login bonus. 20 carats. You'll get this tomorrow. Don't worry, I'll be back. You unlocked a new main story episode. There's so many pop-ups. I'm like, I can close this any second. Hello, trainer. Oh, you're supposed to be matching my vibe. I'm like trying to close it every second. I'm like, another pop-up. I've got to read it. Another one. Don't I look amazing in this tiara? Mama gave it to me to celebrate getting accepted to Tracer Academy. I'm closing this fucking game. Let me out! Let me out! Let me out, please! Please let me out! It's getting too much! I'm locked in. I'm locked the fuck in. I'm locked in, but not in the fun way. Right, I'm out. Let me... God, do I close this game? Yes. I want to fucking hell. I was locked the fuck in, chat. I was locked the fuck in. They wouldn't let me escape. Oh, they wouldn't let me out, bro. They wouldn't let me out. Fuck. So the WTC, let's have a look. Following today's release of FAQs by GW, the following announcement: the Wolf Touch Errata is in play at the request of our captains. We will add that to our FAQ document. No other parts of the updates released today by GW are in play or used for the WTC will be used for our arrests as guidance in case unanswered questions comes up with the WTC or leading up to it. So they said you can't make the unkillable dreadnought. Fine. Okay. The girls are real horses and the storylines are based on their real results. Jay said check messages. How is this an anime girl? Special Week was a Japanese thoroughbred racehorse from Sire. From 1997 to 1999, he won 10 of his 17 races, including the 4 at grade 1 level. Where's the reference to the anime girl game? Sorry? Where's anime racehorse? This is a dude. It's a dude horse. It's a stallion. How is it an anime girl? It's not real. You're talking rubbish. You're all talking rubbish. Popular culture. It wasn't there. A lot of them are dudes, actually. Ridiculous. I don't care about dude horses. I only care about Die with Scarlet. I only care about Die with Scarlet. Stack check chat. The views did drop, but not by that much. The views dropped, but not by that much. Dropped about 15 viewers. So you are all addicted to horse game. That's all I'll say. Special Week was literally the name of the anime girl who won the race. Yeah, I know, but the horse was a dude. The horse was a bro. Anyway, chat, I hope you enjoyed Anime Girl Game. I did. I'll be back playing Anime Horse Game on Monday. But this Friday, I should be playing a battle report with a special guest from the chat. There's like 400 volumes of the manga. Don't worry, you can just watch my streams. You can just watch my streams, don't worry about it. So I'll be back on Friday with Andy Tech Dad, I think. That's what should be the plan. So Andy Tech Dad is joining us on the stream for a little game. It should be fun on Friday evening. So I'm going to have to go now. I've got to go and set up and film a video about an RPG. So thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed Hellstorm Game, it'll be back. But otherwise, I'll see you on Friday. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. And bye-bye. Bye. Thanks for watching. Bye now. Thanks for the subscribers. Thanks to the members. Appreciate you. Best stream for a while. Thanks. Are you assuming the gender of the anime character? Yes. Yes, I am.